It's a Division I semifinal playoff battle on the banks of the mighty Mississippi in the capital city of Baton Rouge. Number 3, Archbishop Rummel versus the defending state champs, the Catholic High Bears. Next on Game Time. Welcome to Baton Rouge for this Division I semifinal game between the Rummel Raiders and the Catholic High Bears. It's the YurView Louisiana Game of the Week from Memorial Stadium on a rainy night in the capital city. Hello, everyone. I'm Jeff Palermo, along with my broadcast partner, Jason DeQuare. Thanks for spending some of your Thanksgiving weekend with us. We're looking forward to a tremendous football game. This is a rematch of the 2015 state championship game, which the Catholic High Bears won an upset over the Raiders in 2015. It was Catholic's first state championship in football, and Catholic won again last year. Meanwhile, for the Raiders, they haven't won a state title since, or haven't been to the state championship game since that 2015 appearance. So a lot on the line, obviously, for both of these teams. Catholic's been tremendous all season long. Their lone loss was to University High.
Yeah, they really have, and Catholic is really building a program in this, District 1 finals. And, for them tonight, they just need to play Catholic High football. And for Rummel, what I'm looking for is they're going to need to get that run game going a little bit, and they're going to have to try to get some production out of the passing game with Coy Moore. And that's where they're really going to have to try to pick and choose their battles with Catholic.
Coy Moore, a USC commitment for the Rummel Raiders, but this game also features a pair of 1,000-yard rushers. Let's take a look at our key players in this contest. Jalen Sturgis for Rummel and Joshua Parker for Catholic High.
Yeah, Jalen Sturgis is the guy they really need to get going in this game. You can see he's over 1,000 yards for the season, and if he can get going, I do believe they can make some plays in the passing game. And then for Joshua Parker, just a complete running back, does it all, runs it out of the backfield, can catch passes, and also a good pass blocker.
This game also features a pair of state championship winning coaches, and for more on that, let's send it down to the field and Smacker Miles.
Jeff, the weather was surely not like it is tonight the last time these teams played. They played in 2015 in the state title in the Mercedes-Benz Superdome down in New Orleans. It was a great one for the Catholic High Bears, who won on a last-minute field goal. We talked to Coach Roth this afternoon about what his offense needs to do to have success against this Catholic High defense, and Coach Fertitta about their memories from that game.
We need to match them score for score, and that might be easier said than done. With their high-powered offense, we can't afford for their defense to shut us down 2 series, and all of a sudden we're down by 2 scores. So we've got to match their offense with our offense, and that means move the ball in their defense and get our playmakers the ball in their hands.
Oh, we try to kind of compartmentalize everything, but that was just such a great time for the whole community, and for Coach Weiner, who's here tonight. I saw him on the sidelines already, and just, doing that for Coach Weiner, I think, is probably my greatest memory of that game.
State championship is on the line here between Rummel and Catholic High. We'll have kickoff.
Game Time on YurView is brought to you by Louisiana Farm Bureau Insurance, ready to serve you with auto, homeowners, life insurance, and more. Real service, real people. West Feliciana Parish. The best place for you to live and work in South Louisiana is West Feliciana Parish. Check out wfparish.org. ITI Technical College, your key to a better life. And by Peak Performance. At Peak Performance Physical Therapy, we treat the athlete and everyone stronger, faster, better.
I think that people want to be in West Feliciana because it's truly one of the unique parts of Louisiana. That if you live in West Feliciana, you can have it all. You can have a great lifestyle, a government that works for you and is open and transparent. You can have wonderful neighbors. You can have a great school. You can live in an environment that's free of fear from crime. We're less than 20 minutes from the Baton Rouge Airport, 30 minutes from the state capitol. What we have in West Feliciana is a place where you really can have it all.
When When I get back to Baton Rouge, I get in my Bluesmobile and I drive right on down to Partner's Barbecue. And you know what I do? I get me some ribs, all tender too. Some baked beans, some potato salad, some smoked sausage. You got to come on down to Partner's Barbecue, yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
Let's take a look at our keys to victory in this one. First of all, for the Rummel Raiders, who are 9-2 on the season, Jason.
Yeah, Coach Roth really worried about the physicality of Catholic High, so he wants to be physical with the Bears. Run to the football on defense. Catholic High has a bevy of backs, got to bring a bunch of hats to the ball, and then they have to execute the red zone. Critical that they match Catholic High with scores. And then for Catholic High, they want to stop Rummel's run game. That's where they get going. Contain Chandler and Coy, the quarterback, wide receiver combination, and don't give Rummel a short field.
The Rummel Raiders will receive here in this Division I semifinal game, and we'll see Rummel's offense first. There's a look at the Division I playoff bracket, how we got to this point. It's pretty much gone chalk except for Evangel beating Bird 37-17. Not a surprise, really, considering Evangel beat Bird in the regular season as well. So these two teams, it could be a rematch of last year's state championship game, which was Catholic versus Curtis, but Rummel will try to change that and get an opportunity to take on maybe Evangel or Curtis in the Dome 2 weeks from Saturday. Again, on the select side, you get a bye before state championship weekend. The rain is falling here in Baton Rouge. We'll see if that has any kind of an impact. It's not too chilly, though, and there's very little wind, but the rain is falling. You have some dangerous return men for the Rummel Raiders. Donovan Kaufman has been really good, and then also Kyle Walker as well. But Catholic's got a good kicker in Matthew Goodson, and it's going to get into the end zone for a touchback.
Well, Coach Roth was wondering how they were going to handle Kaufman back there, whether they were going to kick away or sky kick, because he hasn't had an opportunity to return. That time, Catholic just pounded it in the end zone.
Passing game coordinator is Bobby Sanders. The run game coordinator for the Raiders is Graham Jarrett. Rummel averaging 30 points a game. There you look at the Raging Cajun commitment, Chandler Fields. The passing number's not as impressive as last year when he threw for over 2,300 yards. They've asked him to run the football more this season, and he's rushed for 465 yards. But this is a kid that's very tough, loves to play football, and does not want his high school career to end tonight. Swing pass, and it's complete for a first down. They got the ball to the USC commitment, Coy Moore. That's only his 34th catch this season, as he's been hampered with injuries, but he's healthy here tonight. In fact, Jay Roth says he's as healthy as he's been all year.
Yeah, you see here on the replay, Coy Moore's got to be a real difference maker tonight. They're going to need him to be very special in order to beat this Catholic High team.
Good blocking downfield by Jacob Renton. It was a 10-yard pickup, so they moved the chains from the 30-yard line now. Another swing pass, this time to Kyle Walker, and the Bears are all over it as he is stopped before he can even get to the line of scrimmage. Let's take a look at the starting lineups for the Rummel Raiders. Let's look at that offensive line. You have some returning starters there. Ethan Barnesfather, Zach Smith, a senior, 6 foot, 275 pounds. Anthony Harrison is also a returning starter. Jacob Renton's had a good season, 21 catches on the year. And we'll see if we see Logan Diggs, their sophomore running back, another guy that's been hampered with injuries this year, a high ankle sprain. He was a game-time decision here tonight. But here's their 1,000-yard rusher, Jalen Sturgis, but he only picks up 2 yards on that carry. And now let's take a look at the Bears defense, allowing just 20 points a game. Elijah Reams, he is a menace, gets in the backfield quite a bit. Landon Richard, Harper Massey, Hayden Shaheen. They've been going with 4 linebackers here lately. Jonathan Mestier has been really good, a 3-year starter in that defensive secondary, and he has a couple of interceptions on the season as well. 3rd down and 7. Fields got a good pocket to throw from. Zips, complete. That's a first down to Coy Moore. Nice catch in traffic for 8 yards.
Well, that was a really nice throw there by Fields. And I tell you what, this was not a big window, Jeff. And he really just zips this one in here. And Coy Moore did the right thing. He ran the proper yardage. Oftentimes, we see those receivers run those routes just a yard short. But he made sure that he ran it beyond the sticks. Good delivery by Fields, and Rummel moving the chains.
Patrick DeLatte on the tackle. 1st and 10. Second first down of this opening drive for the Rummel Raiders. They give the football. This is Logan Diggs, and Diggs, who didn't practice all week, gets a carry and runs for 10 yards. Coach Jay Roth says he's a difference maker out there, and if he can give them anything tonight, that's a huge bonus for the Raiders.
Well, he looked pretty healthy here, Jeff. You saw a good cut right there at the line of scrimmage and took that thing north and picked up good yardage there for Rummel.
I think they're going to measure to see if he picked up the first down, but Diggs, just over 200 yards rushing on the season. Rummel was more of a passing team last year. As I told you, Chandler Fields, he threw for 2,359 yards, but they've been able to establish the run this year with Jalen Sturgis, who's got 1,100 yards rushing, and you'll see Kyle Walker run the football a little bit as well. And then, of course, Coy Moore has been hurt for much of the season, so they've relied more on the ground game, and Chandler Fields, the quarterback, he's ran the ball more this season.
Well, and also think for the last couple of years, Rummel's been trying to find their identity offensively. They converted to a spread offense, and then, they thought they got away from running the football too much, and I think Coach Roth realized that you can kind of have a little bit of both. You can run the spread, but you can also run the football successfully within the spread.
And Jay Roth is not calling plays this year. He's turned that duty over, as now Jay Roth is also the athletic director for the school. He's in his 24th season as the head coach of his alma mater. Named the school's AD in March, replacing Phil Greco, who spent 24 years as Rummel's AD. 9-2 this season. Coach Roth said regardless of what happens here tonight, it's a successful season, considering they just went 7-4 in 2016, 6-5 last year. They were just 2-4 in Catholic League play a year ago, and this season they turn it around. They go 5-1 with the lone loss to John Curtis.
Yeah, and I really think they've defied expectations here for Rummel this year.
So 2nd down and short after they measure. Now, at this part of the field, it is just absolute dirt. There is very little grass blades there.
Yeah,
it's been chewed up.
It's not pretty.
Moore is in motion. Moore takes the pitch, and Moore gets around the edge, and he gets out of bounds at the 45-yard line. Chased out of bounds defensively by Bo Backus.
And you can see on your screen rain coming down pretty good. That field's going to get even worse before the night is over. But you see here, Coy Moore getting it on the jet sweep, and that's one thing Coach Roth talked about. We just got to find ways to get him the ball, and you can see now he's touched the ball in several ways. A bubble screen, a jet sweep, and then just the traditional route that he had earlier in the series, picking up the first down.
That does go as a completion for Chandler Fields, so he's off to a good start tonight. 3 for 3 for 18 yards. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Play action fake. This is a run to Coy Moore. Moore nowhere to run, and he'll go down at the 45-yard line as he is taken down defensively for the Catholic Bears by Jonathan Mestier, the senior, who is a preferred walk-on. He has a preferred walk-on offer at Tulane.
And the way that play developed, you almost thought that they were looking for the double pass, because Fields threw that ball backwards to Moore, and Moore was looking downfield. I don't think it was there, and then he just decided to tuck it and run it. Didn't pick up any yardage, but they didn't lose any. Right back at the line of scrimmage.
Jay Ruff said they wanted to get Coy Moore involved in this game early and often. Well, they have succeeded in doing that. 2nd and 10, low snap, they pitch it out. This is Kyle Walker. Walker with a head of steam, close to another first down for the Raiders. A 9-yard run. They're getting a lot of chunks of yardage here. Landon Richard, who had an interception last week on the tackle. 3rd and short coming up for the Raiders.
Well, I don't think Coach Roth could draw up this first drive any better than how it's gone, and they want to get these backs going, and now you've seen all 3 of the running backs touch the football on this drive. and having positive yardage, each having success in their own right.
They script the first 15 plays, and so far they've been executed very well. Third down and short. Diggs is the running back. Diggs gets the handoff, looks for a little room to run, and it'll be close to another first down. I think he has it. Had to get to the 35, and I think that's exactly what happened on this rainy night here in Baton Rouge.
Yeah, it looked good there, and there's Diggs. Hopefully he's okay. Looks like he's coming off a little gimpy there. But I think when he fell forward right there, and Diggs is a long, kind of rangy running back, so when he fell forward, it was enough to get the first down. You could see him standing next to Walker. He's obviously the taller of the backs.
There's still three big backs here. Sturgis is 5'9", 215. Diggs is 5'11", 170. And Walker, he might be short, but he's stocky.
It reminds me of Jerome Bettis back there. It kind of has that look to this is a big back. They said 215. He looks like he's closer to 230.
And now Chandler Fields will run it on a design run, only for a couple yards on the 10th play of this drive. He was hit very close to the line of scrimmage and then kind of fell over, but the first man to hit him there was Hayden Shaheen, the junior linebacker.
And a good look at Fields there, and don't forget about him in the run game as well. He can complement these backs. This year, Coach Roth has asked him to run the football more, and he is doing that.
Chandler Fields, not afraid to spread the football around. I know they've gone a lot to Coy Moore, but the three other wide receivers, they'll get the football plenty here tonight. And there's Coy Moore again on a screen. Couple good blocks.
Oh, wow.
Coy Moore makes a nice move. Moore to the 15, 10, 5, reaches for the pylon. He will be out of bounds at the 3-yard line, it appears.
Well, if you want to know why this guy is a 4-star recruit and one of the top of his class in 2020 and you committed to USC, it's because of this playability right here. You can see he caught that inside screen and just 3 stellar moves, and then the speed to get to the outside. I'm surprised he didn't house that one, Jeff.
Coy Moore following in one of his heroes' footsteps, that being... Let's get to the play here first, and then we'll finish off the story. First and goal at the 3-yard line. As Fields gets up to the line of scrimmage, here's the pitch. Jalen Sturgis is going to be brought down for a loss as he loses 3 to the 6-yard line. So second and goal. But just to finish the story here on Coy Moore, as we'll look to play, Coy Moore looking up to Joe McKnight, who was one of the best high school football players in the state of Louisiana, and of course went to USC. And Coy Moore wants to finish what he started over there at USC. And second and goal at the 6. This is the 13th play of the drive. Fields will look to throw. Fields flushed out of the pocket to the back of the end zone. There's Moore. Takes a pounding, but it's 6 for the Raiders.
Yeah, how do you lose the best receiver on this Raider team in the back of the end zone, but did just what you're taught to do when you saw his quarterback scrambling, get to that end line, try to find some space back there, and as the play broke down, you're going to see Fields buy time with his legs, and then just throws a rifle back across his body and just lost Coy Moore in the back of the end zone there. And I tell you what, great concentration to hold on to that football because he took a pretty big lick at the end of it.
Only the 3rd touchdown catch of the season for Coy Moore. The extra point is through. Patrick Vanderbrook is now 30 of 35, and what a great drive for the Rummel Raiders as they lead it 7-0. We'll take a break.
Hi, my name is Sheldon Cannon, your local Phone Bureau agent. One of the many great things that we like to do here in my office is to give back to the local high schools. The local high schools host golf tournaments. We go out to the golf tournaments, play a little golf, interact with the community, and be that face, be that knowledgeable voice in the community that they can reach out to, they can touch. I'll give you guys an example. I was actually at one of those golf tournaments, and I met a young man who he just wanted to know what he can do, what his options were. So I gave him my number. He actually called me that afternoon after he had gotten into an accident where he, just needed some help at the time. He just needed to know what he could do, who he can call, what procedures to follow. And it was just great that I was able to help him and be that help at hand and be that knowledgeable person that he can call upon. That's just one of the great things we do here at Farm Bureau. Real service by real people. That's our motto. That's the motto I try to live by every day. We're definitely here for our customers and our community, and to serve our community in the best capacity that we can do.
Very impressive drive here, a 13-play, 80-yard drive, and then the 6-yard touchdown pass from Chandler Fields to Coy Moore. Let's watch it again.
Yeah, again, just breaks down. He's able to scramble. I told you Fields is a good runner. Just unbelievable arm strength and concentration. The thing is he ran with his head up. A lot of times you'll see quarterbacks try to tuck it and get to the corner, but he identified his big receiver right there. You see him on the screen. Coy Moore, and what a great opening drive for Rummel and for Fields throwing the football.
Well, apparently the wind has picked up here because the ball was blown off the tee, and with this dirt field here at Memorial Stadium and the rain coming down, Patrick, as you look at the Podna's Barbecue, Podna's Barbecue scoring drive, this is going to be an old-fashioned looking football game here tonight. This field, I think this is the last game being played at Memorial Stadium this year. It's going to take a while for that grass to regrow after this one.
It will. It's not looking pretty out here.
From the 3-yard line, a couple missed tackles on this return, all the way out to the 32-yard line. Nice job by Joshua Parker, who's averaging 25 yards a return, gets 28 yards there.
Well, now it's Catholic High's turn. Let's see if they can respond. Obviously, Rummel opened up with the drive and marched right down the field and scored a touchdown. Get a good look there at Cameron Dartez.
The most impressive statistic, 74% of his passes he's completed. Just the 4 interceptions and a good 15 touchdowns on the season. And he'll run the ball a little bit as well, 255 yards. A good feel for the game, doesn't panic, good feet, solid arm. Led Catholic High to a state championship game appearance last year where they upset John Curtis in the Division I title game. Penalty flag before they're able to snap on their first offensive play from scrimmage, and it's going to be on Rummel, first penalty of the night.
Well, and that helps and probably changes the first play here, because now only 5 to go for the first down marker.
Dartez, a 6'1", 190-pound senior. His accuracy has improved this season compared to last year. Remember last year he battled an ankle injury and didn't get healthy until the playoffs. Has to throw that one away as he was facing some pressure there. Colby Fields, who's got 8 tackles for a loss, was right in his face. There's a look at the starting lineup for the Bears. Joshua Parker, we told you about him, over 1,000 yards rushing this season. Brandon Hubix, Forrest Roy. Let's look at the offensive line. Brian Hibbert's been a 3-year starter there on that O-line. Hunter Chauncey is a senior, and Thomas Beal, he is a 6', 275-pound junior. 2nd and 5, they run the football here. And it's going to be a first down, maybe. Very close. I think, though, Parker's got it, though. 6-yard gain for number 6. Shoulder surgery last year, but this year he's had a big season, averaging close to 10 yards a carry.
Just a good piece of running there. Great vision in the hole, and you can see he's got a little of that shiftiness with him as well. Able to get into that second tier and pick up the first down.
Malik Woodery, who's an outstanding cornerback for Rummel, brought him down. So it's 1st and 10 at the 42. And there looked like a bobbled snap, or maybe it hit a player. And it's going to be Rummel football. Oh, wow. An early turnover here for the Raiders. Big time play. Jalen Johnson recovers it.
Wow, what a big turnover. I tell you what, you come here on the road, this Raider team could not have.
Oh, he never.
Yeah, didn't get up. It just, and that could be part of the conditions of the field. Remember, it's raining pretty good here, sloppy footballs, and I just think he lost the handle on it.
Wow. And we told you, between the 40-yard lines, it's basically dirt. It's not grass. It used to be grass. There's spike marks all over the place. Very hard part of the field. And a big break for the Raiders, who now take over at the Catholic High 42-yard line.
Yeah, I think he just flat lost the handle on that snap.
Back to the air. Moore again. Another tough catch in traffic. Another Raiders first down.
Wow, this is impressive what Fields and Moore is doing here in this first quarter. I mean, they seem to be in rhythm and sync. They've run all of the route trees thus far, and here's the slant. And just fires a dart in there, right in between the safeties.
Chandler Fields is one of those quarterbacks that takes what the defense gives him, and Coy Moore, who has not been worried about his stats all season long, even though, again, he came into this contest with 33 catches. That's a low total, you would say, for a four-star prospect, again, battling injuries, but he's making up for lost time here tonight. Fields is looking towards Moore. Fields escapes the pressure, throws incomplete. Had a man, but he threw it over the head of Amor Rochelle, and that's his first incompletion of the night.
I'll tell you what, Fields is showing you how dangerous he is, and it's not necessarily running and picking up yardage, but watch how long he keeps this play alive. Not there, reverse pivot, gets out and able to fire 1-0 and almost completes it to Rochelle.
He's a gym rat, this Chandler Fields is. Really studies the film. 3-star recruit, committed to UL Lafayette. And Coach Jay Roth will tell you he's one of their top athletes. Got good speed, and he can be elusive. Showed it right there. 2nd and 10 now for the Raiders at the 23-yard line of Catholic High. They'll go to the ground. Not much running room that time. Sets up 3rd down and long. Covered up on the play by Landon Richard as Coy Moore got another carry. Moore came into this game 12 rushes for 105 yards.
Well, he's been dominant with the football today, and that time they actually gave it to him from a straight handoff and tried to take it off tackle like a running back, but you saw his feet slip there. I don't think it would have gone for much anyway, but the conditions down there, the turf, the cleats, all of that's going to be a factor.
Jay Roth trying to stay dry down on those sidelines. His team is off to a good start. They come into this game as the underdogs. Fields, time to throw. Incomplete, missed his guy, Amor Rochelle. Let's see what Rummel decides to do here. Vanderbrook's long is 45 yards, but again, this turf not conducive to kicking field goals.
Well, that time, that was just on Fields. Rochelle ran a good route right there, and he just flat missed him. Watch this. I mean, it is a great route, about a 15-yard out, and boom, he just flat missed it. Yeah. He had him sitting down in there, and that one just got away from him.
4th down and 9. Rummel will go for it, trying to take advantage of this turnover.
I just think right here with the field condition and trying to kick out of that dirt patch is all factoring into probably not kicking a field goal, but maybe they're going to think this over a little bit.
We'll take a break. The Rummel Raiders leading the Catholic High Bears 7-0. We'll be back with a big 4th down play when we come back.
Tonight's Game Time keys to the game are brought to you by West Feliciana Parish, where you really can have it all. The best place for you to live and work in South Louisiana is West Feliciana Parish. Check out wfparish.org.
Welcome to Monogram Express, a unique embroidery boutique specializing in personalized and one-of-a-kind gift ideas. Gifts for babies, children, ladies, and even men, we have you covered. Equipped with state-of-the-art embroidery machines, along with an experienced client-focused staff serving you 6 days a week. Check out the area's largest selection of letters, designs, and thread colors. We're your one-stop embroidery shop, handling personal, corporate, team, and school logos, and you're welcome to bring in your own items. Conveniently located at 2109 Veterans. Monogram Express makes your ordinary gifts extraordinary.
Tonight's Game Time starting lineups are brought to you by Peak Performance. At Peak Performance Physical Therapy, we treat the athlete and everyone. Stronger, faster, better. Choose Peak.
Back at Rainey Memorial Stadium, Jeff Palermo Rummel, Jason DeQuare, and Smacker Miles. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. We have a good one brewing here tonight in Baton Rouge. The third-seeded Rummel Raiders trying to come into Baton Rouge and knock off the Catholic High Bears. They lead it 7-0. Rummel gets a turnover, and they are facing now 4th down and 9 from the Catholic High 27-yard line. So Coy Moore is lined up as the wide receiver to the bottom of your screen as they got trips to the near side. He's the one closest to the sideline. Fields stumbles a little bit. Fields launches one out of bounds. I don't think ever had his footing there. I don't think Moore was really open either. So Rummel can't take advantage of that turnover.
No, and that time he missed number 17, Rochelle, right up the seam. He actually had Rochelle right there. You can't see it, but right there you can see him running right at the top of your screen, wide open. And for whatever reason, Fields didn't pick it up, but that's where the football should have gone.
Maybe that stumble, just he felt that he couldn't regroup, and obviously he's feeling really comfortable with Coy Moore in this game. So a missed opportunity for Chandler Fields and the Rummel Raiders. So the Bears take over at their own 28-yard line.
Yeah, very fortunate not to give up any points off of that turnover.
D'Artes will hand it off to Parker. Parker gets dragged down to the ground at the 29-yard line. Nice tackle there. I think that was Donovan Kaufman, and it was. He's a really good player. Kaufman and this Rummel defense allowing 17 points a game. Corey Smooth is another guy you'll see in that defensive secondary. Quentin Cage is a big hitter with 61 tackles on the year. And on the defensive line, Kabaz Craig, 5.5 sacks. He's a sophomore. Jordan Williams has had a huge season. He has 6.5 sacks. There are only 2 seniors in this starting lineup for Rummel on the defensive side. Jalen Johnson and Ron Franklin. 2nd and 7. D'Artes, pressure. He'll go down, a big sack. Brought down by Quentin Cage. I was just telling you about him. His 6th sack of the season.
Well, they've made it clear. They're going to get after D'Artes. They are going to get after the quarterback. They bring pressure off of both ends, and this time Cage is able to contain him, break free, and not only are they bringing pressure, they're bringing it with speed because Cage is a defensive back, and D'Artes isn't just going to get away from him like you would a traditional down lineman. And so good job there in the Raider defense.
Loss of 13. 3rd down and 18 with the football at the 17. D'Artes will just run it. D'Artes has got some room. D'Artes will be stopped just shy of the 1st down marker, 3 yards shy. Good play call there by the offensive coordinator, Hudson Fuller.
Well, and they were playing conservative and just thinking, hey, well, let's make sure we have some room to punt and maybe flip the field, and it just opened up. That's a good piece of running by D'Artes, and I tell you what, he came up just 4 yards from getting the 1st down there. Had he broke that last tackle, he'd have gotten it.
One of the top punters in the state now, Cole Kazanoff. He's averaging 46 yards a punt. That's crazy on the high school level. Pretty impressive there. Kazanoff's punt, lost it in the rain as it finally falls down at the 21-yard line, and it'll be down at the 17. This is a rematch of the 2015 state title game. For more on that, let's go down to the sidelines and Smacker Miles.
I can't hear anything, can you?
Technical difficulties with Smacker, so we'll get to her here in a second. That was a 48-yard punt for Kazanoff, and so his average might go up a teeny bit after that.
Yeah, what a weapon. I mean, just flips the field, and now Rummel's starting inside their own 20, so great weapon to have. And that's what I think that last play design was look, we don't want to make any more mistakes down here. The weather's not good, so you just run a little quarterback draw and gives you punters some room to maybe flip the field.
1st and 10 at the 17. He has 8 punts now inside the 20 on the year. Fields back to the air, and this pass is caught by Jacob Renton. Renton will get tossed down to the ground by Harper Massey. A gain of about 2 for Renton, a senior. His 22nd catch. Caught his first touchdown pass last week as Rummel won a wild game last week in quarterfinal action, beating Brother Martin 27-23. The lead changed 7 times in that game, 4 times in the fourth quarter, and Rummel ended up winning the game on a 42-yard touchdown pass from Chandler Fields to Amor Rochelle with 1 minute and 14 seconds left. Fields was 6 of 12 in that contest for 164 yards. A delayed run here, and it's going to be a first down. A hard run by the sophomore, Kyle Walker. He's a kid that has really just stepped up for this Rummel team. They moved him from linebacker to running back, and he's been a solid ball carrier all season, averaging 7 yards a run.
Yeah, you see good blocking up front, a little trap block, hole opens, and Walker gets through it. And as you mentioned, he wasn't even, really in the running back chart there, the depth, and now he's kind of snuck into the lineup and he's getting quite a bit of playing time as a sophomore.
1st and 10 at the 33. Oh, a bad snap again, and I think the Bears got it, and they do. Our second bad snap, and it results in a turnover.
Yeah, I mean, the conditions can really change the game, and, now it's kind of same turnover for each team here, and the question is, can Catholic High now do something with the great field position?
Connor Finucane gets the recovery, who anchors that defensive line.
Let's see if we can pick it up here and see if it's some similar thing. Yeah, I mean, it's almost the exact same play, just with Rummel this time, trying to snap it deep. Both of these teams run out of the spread, and if that ball is just a little slippery or not dry, your hand could just slide off of it, and you've seen both teams do it.
From the 33 now, the pitch. Parker, nothing happening here. The Raiders bring them down. Let's go back down to the field. Smacker Miles. Smacker?
Guys, if this game is anything like that 2015 state game, we're going to see lots of lead changes tonight. We've already seen some turnovers, which were both in that Catholic High 2015 state title game. That game came down to the wire. Parker Fontenot kicked the game-winning field goal as time expired. It was Catholic High's first state championship. And while I'm at it, I have to give my brother Ben Miles a shout-out. He caught a touchdown in that game. And also of note is Clyde Edwards-Alaire, who is now an LSU running back.
Thanks a lot, Smacker. And here is another run. My question for Catholic High is that's Jake Outlaw on the carry on our final play of the first quarter. Catholic has been to the Dome 2 times in the last 3 years, but they went through Evangel to get to the Dome. Can they win the semifinal game on their home turf? Well, we still got 3 more quarters to find that out. Gabe Fertitta's team is down by 7, and they got 3rd down and long coming up when we come back. It's been a good one so far from Memorial Stadium. The Rummel Raiders, the Catholic High Bears, one of these teams fighting to get into the state championship game. Coy Moore with the 1 touchdown so far tonight.
Hey, Joe Martin here. You've seen our commercials over the years, and you may be wondering, what's in it for me? Well, ITI Technical College has been selected by Forbes magazine as a top 32-year college. But even more than that, the reason we do this is you. Our tagline is, for a better life, and we mean that, for you to be able to have the life you've always dreamed about, to do the things for your family you've always dreamed about. And it can begin here, where we are dedicated to your success, because here at ITI, the reason we do it is you.
I'm Brett Favre. As a quarterback in the NFL, if I didn't stay focused, I ended up on my back or worse. Even the smallest distraction could make a good play or offensive drive come to an end. When you're in a car, the smallest distraction could end much more than a drive. It could end someone's life. Just like I refuse to lose on the field, I refuse to lose someone I love to distracted driving. And you should too. Focus on the road. Don't drive distracted. A message from Farm Bureau Insurance.
Come enjoy a great location just minutes away from the hustle and bustle of the city at SUMA Lake Apartments. Experience luxurious living with all appliances included, granite countertops, and walk-in closets. Relax in a peaceful environment by the pool or enjoy fishing in a 9-acre lake. Kids are sure to enjoy the playground and basketball court. Located in Livingston Parish in a great school district. Call today, 225-686-1111.
Don't miss any of the action. Go to YurView.com/football and sign up for the Game Time newsletter to get the previous week's highlights, stories, and recruiting news, along with a preview of the upcoming week's matchups delivered straight to your inbox. That's YurView.com/football. Second quarter underway now here at Memorial Stadium. Catholic High Bears facing 3rd and long for D'Artes. A lot of time to throw. D'Artes' pass is dropped. It sailed a long way there, but unable to make the grab was Solomon Singleton.
And I expect they'll go for it here. They're kind of in this no-man territory. Well, maybe it looks like are they going to try to kick a field goal from this distance? But this was a long out route, and D'Artes, very good quarterback, but not known for the strongest arm. And you can see just struggled trying to get that ball out there, but really should have been caught there.
Kazanov looks like he will attempt the field goal here.
Yeah, he does the long field goals, has the stronger of the leg. Goodson is the more accurate kicker. That's why he does all the rest of it.
This is a 48-yarder.
Yeah, this, the conditions, the wind, the rain, everything else adds to the difficulty.
Does it have the distance? It does. How about that? 48 yards.
What a weapon.
Cole Kazanov.
What a weapon to have there.
Well, Rummel turns it over, and the Bears take advantage of it, at least get 3 points. When Catholic High turned it over, Rummel couldn't get any points out of it.
Here you go. Just gets it good. I mean, you can see not a ton of spin on that ball, and when you hit it like that, you know, that's just kicking it solid.
So that is, I think, what the Bears needed there to exhale here a little bit. They're the 2 seed, Rummel's the 3 seed, but the way Catholic High has played this year and how they've really dominated a lot of their opponents, especially once they got into district play. Their only loss was to University High. I think a lot of people looked at them as the huge favorites in this game. Rummel comes into this contest with absolutely nothing to lose.
No, that's right. And look, you know, maybe Catholic High is playing a little nervous. The coaches always wonder, hey, coming out of that Thanksgiving holiday and break, how your kids are going to respond. And they've come out here a little sloppy. You know, Catholic High lost their first fumble of the year last week, and you see here they've already lost one this half. And so you got the turnover issue and a little bit of the weather, but they got to settle in here.
Catholic High, I mentioned, dominated district play, winning by an average score of 35 points. This kick will not get into the end zone, and if Kaufman can get his hands on it, he's a dangerous returner, and he gets up to the 20-yard line. It's kind of a reversal of 2015. If you go back to that state championship game that Smacker summarized for you a few moments ago, the Bears, no one anticipated them to win that game. Rummel was the huge favorite, and the Bears ended up pulling out the victory. Catholic High was a 6 seed, while Rummel was the number 1 seed.
Jeff, that's why they say you got to play the game. You got to play the game, and this one thus far looks like it could be another battle right down to the wire.
How about the game Ian Bryan had in the Dome that day? He threw for 340 yards, 3 touchdowns. Smacker mentioned Clyde Edwards-Ealer was in that game. Clyde Edwards-Ealer had missed the semifinal game against Evangel that season with a concussion. Came back for the state title game and rushed for 88 yards. More of Coy Moore picks up 3 or 4 yards as they continue to attack the perimeter here of Catholic High. Let's look back at that scoring drive we just had that was completed by Cole Kazanov's 48-yard field goal. Me and you have been doing games a long time, Jason. That might be the longest one we've seen.
Yeah, that's a monster kick right there. And then the impressive thing is just the conditions he kicked it out of.
Second down and 6 at the 24. Fields will hand it off. Couple of nice juke moves. And the first down there for Logan Diggs. Jay Roth said when this guy's right, there's no one better, and he has shown it here tonight. He is a phenomenal running back, and he's got a couple more years still with the Raiders of Rummel.
Yeah, just watch the moves at the end of this. How quick, right there. I mean, that is That's what makes running backs great, when you can have that change of direction while still running basically full speed. That's what separates the men from the boys in terms of running backs.
Hayden Shaheen on the tackle, 3 carries for 21 yards. As you look at Diggs' numbers, has been hampered by a high ankle sprain all year long. The swing pass to Kyle Walker, and Walker, a good spin move, gets him close to the first down marker as he gets 8 on that first down play. Rummel's had a lot of success on first down tonight.
Yeah, they have, and it hasn't been fancy. It's just been, hey, let's get the ball in our playmakers' hands. That's what Coach Ross said he wanted to do. And here, look, this is not anything, just flipping it out there to one of my playmakers. This time Walker, great spin move there for a big guy, and you're getting positive yards on first down.
Zach Maribel with the good blocking at the wide receiver position. 2nd and 2. Raiders up by 4. And the handoff to Sturgis. Sturgis, the junior at 215 pounds, moves the pile forward for a first down.
Jeff, that ain't 215, buddy. I'm sorry.
And he actually lost weight from last year.
Look at that. Well, he gained it all back at Thanksgiving. Hopefully he's all right. You can see him, but boy, he reminds me of Jerome Bettis like that. He had the big midsection and just a big round guy there, and you saw his strength. He just drug defenders for 3 yards to pick up the first down.
Broke his foot as a freshman, played as a backup last year for Rummel and only rushed for 128 yards, so spent the offseason getting his weight down, improved his conditioning, and now he is a 1,000-yard rusher and has got one more year on the prep level. 1st and 10. Mishandled handoff, but hanging on to it somehow was Logan Diggs.
Yeah, I don't know if they were wanting to get that ball out wide to the receiver, or was he meaning to hand it off? And you can see still they're talking there. Miscommunication. That might have been one that Fields was trying to pull out and make a throw. Yeah, and then boom, he hands it off late at the last minute. But very fortunate, not another turnoff, as you see Finucane in there again.
Finucane, he's a good player. He's got an offer from Tulane and the Raging Cajuns. Rummel has 9 first downs in this game. The Bears have just 1. Early second quarter of this Division I semifinal game. 2nd down and 8. Fields will zip one, and
that's a pick.
Intercepted.
That's a pick.
He threw it into triple coverage, and it was picked off. 2nd turnover of the ball game. Getting his hands on it was Bo Backus for the Bears.
That's just big, strong hands right there. I mean, look, it's a tight window, and really, I thought Fields had fitted in the window, but just reaching out there, and Backus just grabbing that ball. Let's see, this may be a better angle to see those strong hands just get in there, and he just laid out and took that football. He just wanted it more. Go ahead, Jeff.
I was just going to say the Bears are going to start at their own 42-yard line.
That's a great interception. Great interception there by Backus.
The Bears defense, that's their 14th interception of the year. D'Artes on the run. D'Artes all the way down to the 35-yard line. Biggest offensive play of the night for the Bears. 23 yards.
Well, this is looking more like the Catholic High offense, and now you see they're going to start going fast here when they think they have you on your heels a little bit, and then I think Rummel's going to call. Got a player down here in the backfield, defensive backfield. Looks like Diggs down. No,
that's Donovan Kaufman. Yeah, that's an important player on that Rummel defense.
You got to have him.
Yep, 70 tackles on the year, very confident player. So they're just kind of looking at his left hand.
And a big part of their return game, we're talking to Coach Roth earlier this week and said most teams are kicking away from him because he's such a dangerous return guy, but let's see if we can figure out where the injury happens. He's to the right there in your screen. And I don't know, just came up grabbing his arm there.
Something tells me he'll shake this one off pretty quickly. He'll have to obviously sit out a play. The Bears had just 14 yards of offense until that 23-yard run by D'Artes. Catholic High ran the ball at will in last week's quarterfinal win over St. Aug, 42-19. The Bears rushed for 359 yards. They had 4 scoring plays of 20 yards or more in that contest. Josh Parker had 148 yards rushing. Braylon Morgan, I think, gets his first carry of the night. Nope, that was Parker again. Gets 2 more yards.
Well, I tell you what, Rummel knows coming into this game, Catholic High has rushed the football very well the last couple of weeks, and you can see they have made a commitment to selling out and stopping the run. They don't want this run game to get going. If anything, they're going to try to make D'Artez beat them through the air, but don't want to start to get these bevy of backs here at Catholic High with anything positive.
2nd down and 8. D'Artez will run it again, and another big hole right up the middle. And another first down to the 20-yard line, a gain of 13 that time for D'Artez.
Well, and the one thing that Catholic High has figured out here offensively is, look, if they're keying in on my running backs, maybe that opens up some delayed lanes for number 14, the quarterback D'Artez. And you can see that's what they're doing. And we saw them have initial success on a long 3rd down run by D'Artez, and now we've seen him keep it the last couple of times here.
Catholic High has averaged 257 yards on the ground this season. D'Artez, 4 carries for 41 yards. Still no running room, though, for Parker, as the Raiders get in the secondary, led by Quentin Cage. Has to tie his shoe after that one. He's very quick at 5'9", 175 pounds. His teammate Kaufman, who's back out there, has to tie the shoe. 5 carries for 8 yards for Parker. And again, he's averaging nearly 10 yards a carry as Parker. 2nd down and 11 after he lost a yard on that last carry. Morgan on the jet sweep, and he is hit at the line, and he'll be thrown to the ground. Kabaz Craig, high motor guy. Look how strong that young man is. Played last year as a freshman. Now he's a sophomore, and he just keeps getting better.
Yeah, you see here on the jet sweep, Morgan coming around, but just watch this defensive front and bringing hats down on the line of scrimmage from the defensive backfield. And I tell you what, Rummel's just committed to stopping this run and said, hey, you're going to have to beat us through the air.
3rd down and 11. Let's see if D'Artez can make a play. He'll run it again. But that time, not much. They were waiting for him. Aaron Thomas, 48 tackles on the year, brings D'Artez down, and they'll bring the field goal unit on again, I suppose.
Yeah, let's see which kicker they bring out.
The Bears 0 for 3 on 4th down. They came into this contest converting 43% on 3rd down. Kazanov is back out there. He hit from 48 earlier in this quarter. This time he'll be kicking from the left hash, and it will be a 37-yard field goal. And it's blocked. The Raiders get the block, and we stay at 7-3. That ball never really got up there, Jason.
Yeah, that's what I was looking for, to see if it was penetration that got in there or whether or not Kazanov just kicked it too low, just didn't get it up, as you mentioned, didn't give it a chance to get over that line. Let's see if we can pick it up here. Looks like pretty good protection, and yeah, you just got to get that ball up higher. And typically, when you're the long kicker, you're used to driving that football, and you don't get as much height on it as your short field goal kicker.
Colby Fields on the block. He had the sack to end the game last week in the win over Brother Martin. Rummel takes over at their own 25-yard line. Diggs shows a little patience and gets about 8 to the 32. Again, another good play on 1st down where they're getting 6, 7, 8, sometimes 10 yards on these carries.
And the other thing about this Rummel team, Jeff, I know you saw them earlier in the year against Escambia, but it sounds like Rummel is getting healthier at the right time. As we were talking with Coach Roth, it was player after player that wasn't available for him, and you could tell that he was building more confidence because he was getting this player back and that player back, and so they're kind of getting healthy at the right time.
Yeah, no Coy Moore in that game against Escambia, no Logan Diggs. Second down and 3. Fields throws. Haven't seen Coy Moore lately. Coy Moore brushes off Jonathan Mestier. Did he get enough for a first down? I think he did.
Yeah, it looks like it may have gotten beyond the marker. They hadn't signaled yet.
Moore also suffered an injury last year.
Now they're going to call him just short, Joe.
A broken collarbone, and he missed the second half of the season last year. They do say it's a first down. They're moving the chains. But he's one of the state's top players in the class of 2020. 4-star recruit, good work ethic. And he got a chance. Good article on NOLA.com about how he got a chance to work out against Marshawn Lattimore in the summertime. That doesn't get you to be a better player. Nothing will. I don't think he had much success against Marshawn Lattimore, but one of the things, and Harry slips down, I think he was out of bounds before that, but maybe not. One of the things he learned, though, when he went up against Marshawn Lattimore, and his brother's a trainer, so that's where the connection comes in, is that he realized how strong you have to be. Lattimore hits him in the chest, knocks him back 5 yards. You realize, you know, this is...
Well, and that's where the game is won, right there at the line of scrimmage, and if you get jammed, but those, you know, Lattimore would be able to teach him techniques, and techniques that Lattimore sees in the NFL that sometimes has success against him, he can then allow Coy Moore to work on some of those things.
Had 18 catches last year before the broken collarbone. Second down and 3. This goes down as a pass, but no running room for Moore, and he's going to have a big loss unless he does something magical. He will not. Harper Massey with the tackle.
See Coy Moore upset there. He thought he got hit late, but really, you know, you're just not going to be able to reverse. I mean, you can do this against some weaker opponents, but right here, you just got to take your medicine there. You start trying to reverse your field. The field's slippery. The only thing that's going to happen is you're going to keep backtracking and just losing more yards there.
Third down and 14. They're getting Jalen Sturgis out on the field. Plenty of time on the play clock here, 15 seconds and counting.
I can't imagine here Rummel really taking too many chances and forcing us down the field. Look for a screen or maybe sort of a trap draw, something like that.
The defensive backs are playing back. Fields may want to run it. Fields still looking downfield. Anybody open? Is anybody open? Fields gets a block. Fields launches it downfield and out of bounds.
Wow.
Well, the best part about that, Jason, is he chewed up some time.
And he didn't take a sack.
Yeah.
You know, and now the ball will go back to the line of scrimmage. He'll get a chance to punt it, but that play looked like it could have been. It had disaster written all over it. Right here, he escapes, and then when he starts moving backwards again, I'm like, oh boy, he's going to lose 15, 20 yards, but his ability to scramble, getting a good block, and just getting it downfield, that's probably one of the better incompletions he's thrown.
Parker Vanderbrook, he is averaging 29 yards a punt, his long as 43 this season.
Got to be careful here. Dangerous return, guys.
Just a little squib kick. Oh, did it hit a Catholic player?
It did. That's Rummel football. That's Rummel football.
Waiting for a signal from the referees as they discuss it. Rummel sure thinks it's their football.
Yeah, it hit. I couldn't see which number it was, but it hit off the backside. That's the problem when you have those little rugby-style punts. They're so low.
Rummel football.
They're punted so low that when you're going down to set up for the block for the return team, you just can't find the football. But watch here. Let's see if we pick it up. I think it's right there. Hit off of 2. Number 2 right there. Just bounced off of him.
That's Harper Massey. Maybe a better look here.
And again, I don't think it was intentionally kicked like that, but when it is, you're just trying to do your assignment, and there it is right off of Massey, and you just can't find the football.
Great job by the officiating crew from Shreveport. So now it's 1st and 10 for the Raiders at the 39-yard line. How big would this be if they score a touchdown right before halftime as Sturgis gets nothing on that carry? We may have a timeout called. The Bears, I think, called the timeout. They want it. We'll take a break. 2:27 left to go before half. Gabe Fertitta's team still down 7-3. This is Game Time on YurView, Louisiana.
Tonight's Game Time starting lineups are brought to you by ITI Technical College, your key to a better life. Check out the stories behind the games. Visit yourview.com/Louisiana.
I didn't tell you guys about the game the other day. My seats were right behind.
You're not thinking about if you set the alarm before leaving the house. You're thinking about how you caught the home run that extended the series to 7. You're thinking you finally have a baseball story to rival theirs. You're thinking about how you caught the ball barehanded without spilling a drop. You're not thinking about if you set the alarm. Well, maybe just a little. Stay close to the moments that matter. Cox Home Life will take care of the rest.
Tonight's Game Time keys to the game are brought to you by Podna's Barbecue. Slow cooked, fall off the bone perfection, and the best baked beans in America. For more Game Time high school football coverage, check out yourview.com.
Well, the Rummel Raiders have come up to Baton Rouge, and they got a 7-3 lead. And Chandler Fields and company, they're looking for more. After the muff punt is, I guess, the best way to describe it. 2nd down and 10 at the 39-yard line here. The Raiders really haven't moved the ball since that opening drive that resulted in 6 points.
And they really need to take advantage of Catholic High in these 2 turnovers.
Flag before the snap. We've had very few penalties in the game.
Foul. Illegal procedure on the offense. 5-yard penalty. Second down.
Penalties have been an issue for this Raiders team. They had 10 of them last week, and they got 2 of them here tonight for 10 yards, while the Bears have not been guilty of any penalties.
Well, if there's one bright spot out here, the rain seems to have ceased for now.
It's getting warmer, too, which is very weird.
Baton Rouge weather is always weird.
Especially at this time of the year.
You don't know whether to bring your shorts or your jacket, you know?
I overdressed for tonight. I'll say that, Jason. 2nd down and 15. Coy Moore splits a couple defenders. There's flags down. We'll see what that's all about, but that might move Rummel back even further.
Yeah, typically that's a holding when you run those little bubble screens along the line of scrimmage. A lot of times those receivers will get caught holding on too long.
Holding. 16 white. 2-yard penalty to the spot of the foul. Repeat, 2nd down.
Maribel, guilty party there now. 3 penalties on Rummel. So if Rummel doesn't score on this drive, and they didn't score on the last time they got a fumble in plus territory, if the Raiders don't win this game, that's right there. These 2 opportunities where they've started, as you see Maribel's hold on Harper Massey. But these 2 drives here where they didn't, now they still may score, but it don't look good right now. 2nd and long. But if they don't execute on these 2 chances where they started drives in plus territory, that could come back to haunt them later on in the game.
Yeah, and Catholic High doesn't make a lot of mistakes, so you have to capitalize on those mistakes.
Bears only rush 4. Fields nearly gets sacked. Fields is in all kinds of trouble. Fields will go down back at the 31-yard line. Connor Finucane with the sack.
Jeff, I think last week we had like a 3rd and 50. We might have another one coming up here. But this time Fields just trying to do too much. And, you know, he's been fortunate a couple of times he didn't take a big sack. But this time here, just when you have a little daylight, throw the football away. Just throw it away right there. Live to fight another down. And now you're doing too much. You got to understand the field is sloppy. You're playing against one of the top teams in the state. You're not going to just be able to run around back there forever.
3rd down and 39. As Finucane, what a stud that guy is. Could really move well, as you saw there. He's got one more year on this Catholic defense. Defensive coordinator Deuce Harrison. Bears use a timeout there. Did they use a timeout, or was that Rummel? Yeah, okay, Catholic High did use a timeout. Let's send it down to the field and Smacker Miles. Smacker?
Jeff, Coach Jay Roth is very deep-rooted in this Rummel community. He's a graduate of Rummel. He has now been 24 years as their head football coach. He's won 12 Catholic League titles and 2 state championships. So this is a guy that is very used to having success around this program. And most recently in March, he became their athletic director. So this guy is very involved and a great man and a great part of Rummel's football team.
He is. He's a 1981 graduate of Rummel, and the Raiders played in 4 championship games between 2009 and 2015. They beat Byrd in 2013, 23-22, and they also won in 2015 against Barb, and then they won in 2012 against Barb. They lost in 2009 to West Monroe and lost in that thriller against Catholic High in 2015. First drive, 80 yards for Rummel. Since then, only 49 yards of total offense.
Well, 3rd and 38. Let's see if they try to put it up here. Corey Moore would typically be your guy.
Now they'll just run it. And Kyle Walker will go down to the ground as they blow the whistle on forward progress. So the Bears will get the ball. Harper Massey on the tackle, as he's been getting more involved in this game. So 1:45. Bears use another timeout. That will be their last timeout.
Yeah, and smart play there by Rummel, just trying to eat up some clock, force Catholic High to use their last timeout, and now you're going to say, hey, let's get off a good punt, and now force them to drive the field. Catholic High has not really had any success, or hardly any success on offense, so yeah, that's asking this Bear offense to do a lot with 1:45, no timeouts.
Game time on YurView Louisiana. Thanks Louisiana Lift for their support of this telecast, specializing in customer service on equipment, rentals, parts, and training. Louisiana Lift has been serving its customers since 1980. You can check them out online at lalift.com or call their Baton Rouge office at 753-5700, 504-463-3400. Louisiana Lift, they're always on call. Good shot here as you see I-110 in the background. For those that have, I'm sure most people in Louisiana have passed Memorial Stadium.
Yeah, coming through Baton Rouge, on the way to the Metro Airport, right north of downtown. Played a few games in this stadium.
Vanderbrook, have you kicked a 48-yarder though?
Not in this stadium. I have not.
Was it green grass? Was it brown? Or what was it?
Actually, this field used to be in really great shape. I don't know, it's kind of gone down over the last couple of years.
I think they've had more action on these fields, especially with Catholic High deciding to play their home games at Memorial. For so many years, Catholic High played at Olympia, most of their home games. So,
and started playing games here because there's more seating capacity, that sort of thing.
Yeah, the student section, I don't know if it's the Thanksgiving break or the rain or...
They're all hunting in the woods and stuff, man. Got to get back. There
usually it's very imposing there.
145.
A few diehards there.
Yeah.
Everybody back up.
All right, Vanderbrook here on the punt. And it's blocked right off his foot. And the Bears will have outstanding field position at the 25-yard line. Big-time play again in this contest. Bo Bacchus had the interception earlier in the game, and now he has a block punt.
Well, Catholic High can beat you in so many different ways, and the one thing that Coach Roth was concerned about is how well Catholic High plays on special teams. One phase of their football is not working well as the offense. They've played good defense, and thus far, they've just won the special team battle. Block punt, 48-yard field goal, and then they had another great punt that flipped the field position for them. And so this is that third phase of football where Catholic High can really turn things around.
Catholic High has yet to have any passing yards in this game. They got 39 total yards. That's it. All that on the ground. Most of that is with the legs of Cameron Dartez. Dartez hit from behind, and he goes down. Donovan Kaufman, lucky number 7 sack of the season, a 5-yard loss. Again, no timeouts for the Bears.
Well, Kaufman looked like the honey badger on this play. He just got shot out of a cannon, and when Kaufman comes down to the line of scrimmage, you got to find him and pick him up.
And nowhere to run on the next play. How about this Rummel defense? And what's scary about them is Parker loses a couple. They're only losing 2 seniors off this D-line. Kabaz Craig there along with Donovan Kaufman. 3rd down and long, a minute and counting in this first half.
Well, they got to pick up some yardage just to make a field goal opportunity manageable.
Bears 0 for 3 on 3rd down. Dartez going deep, has a man wide open, and he dropped it. Flat out dropped it. Singleton couldn't hang on to it. That's his 2nd drop of the night.
Wow. What a throw by Dartez, and I tell you what, he had Singleton wide open back there, and he just lays one in there, and this is just a flat-out drop. I mean, I know the ball is wet and everything else, but you got to catch this one.
Wow. Had to make a slight adjustment there, but
yeah, that ball's got to be caught.
He's doesn't have the gloves on in the wet conditions. They will not try the field goal here. 4th down and 15. Rummel's going to burn a timeout.
Wow.
Let's take a look at the Division I bracket. And Curtis and Evangel, a high-scoring game down at Joe Yenny Stadium with Curtis leading Evangel 35-20 is the score there in the 2nd quarter. Some surprises I see. Zachary's up on Acadiana 14-6. Destrehan Terrebonne 3-0 at half. I wonder how the weather is in St. Charles Parish. St. Thomas More, that game's being played at St. Charles Catholic. Cougars up 21-7. Lafayette Christian, the 4 seed, the defending champs, leading Southern Lab at half, 21-6. How about that?
And that one's right here at Baton Rouge, and
yeah,
Southern's backyard over at Mumford Stadium.
That's just about 10 miles. Not 10 miles. What do you say?
No.
About 6 miles?
Yeah,
from here.
Another exit or 2.
This has been a strange game, Jason. First of all, for this to be a 7-3 game possibly at halftime, that shocks me right off the bat.
No, it really does. I mean, a couple things here. Rummel has played pretty well offensively, but couldn't convert on some turnovers, and Catholic High just can't get their running game going. Go ahead.
The Bears this season, 11 of 18 on 4th down. And what do we have now? Do we got offsides on Rummel? Yeah. Wow. That can't happen. That can't happen. 4th and 10 now.
But I don't think it changes.
Well, do you want to go for the field goal here now?
That's the only question. That's the only thing it changes.
From that far hash mark, that's where the field goal was blocked. Maybe if it was straight on, maybe they would try it. So 4th and 10 here for Dartez. Dartez going deep. Good coverage, knocked away. Great job by Gavin Holmes. His 5th pass defense of the season. These are 2 good cornerbacks, both of them juniors, Gavin Holmes and Malik Woodry. And Holmes had him blanketed. The Bears receiver didn't have a chance on that one.
Yeah, that's tremendous coverage there by Holmes. Now, Dartez needed to send that ball a little deeper in the end zone. You see his receiver had to come back to it a little bit. But you can't ask for better one-on-one coverage there by Holmes.
Forrest Roy, the intended receiver. D'Artes 0 for 4 here tonight. Again, this is a guy completing 74% of his passes. The Raiders will take a knee, and Jay Roth will gladly take a 7-3 lead into the locker room. Both teams had chances to score more points in this game. These are two great defenses going at it, and you get the feeling this one will go right down to the wire. We'll see if Rummel will have to snap again. No, they will not, as the game clock now is at 24. And a 7-3 ball game in this rematch of the 2015 state championship game. That was a high-scoring affair. 31-28, Catholic High beat Jay Roth's team. But the Raiders, underdogs in this contest, have played phenomenal defense, got a great opening drive from Chandler Fields and Coy Moore. But it's been the defense the rest of the way preserving this lead. We'll see what kind of adjustments the Bears will make to get their offense going in the second half. Nothing doing here in this first half. Down to the field, and Smacker Miles and Jay Roth.
Coach, you had a message for the guys before they even got to the locker room. What were you telling them?
We've had too many opportunities to only be up 7-3 here. It's not good for us.
Early in the first quarter, the first drive, Coy Moore, very effective. How can you keep him involved in the offense?
Just give him the ball. We're just not getting the ball right now.
Thanks, Coach.
Okay, good.
Well, I said Jay Roth would gladly take a 7-3 lead into the locker room. I guess not. But still, for them to have the lead, that's pretty impressive for them. But he's right. They had chances. They had two drives that started in Bears territory, and they didn't score. Been a good one from Memorial Stadium. Glad he could join us. We'll have halftime festivities when we come back.
Game Time Halftime is brought to you by Podna's Barbecue. Slow cooked, fall off the bone perfection, and the best baked beans in America. Gary Lewis Property. From apartments, condominiums, and townhomes, Gary Lewis Properties is a top provider in Baton Rouge of residential and commercial property for rent. Monogram Express. We make ordinary gifts extraordinary. And by Louisiana Lift. And Louisiana Lift, we're always on call. Check out YurView.com for in-depth high school football coverage.
When I tore my ACL, I didn't think I'd ever be able to play soccer again. My doctor told me how important physical therapy would be, so I chose Peak. I'm glad I did. Now I'm stronger, faster, better than ever. Choose Peak.
Choose Peak Performance Physical Therapy.
When I get back to Baton Rouge, I get in my Blues Mobile and I drive right on down to Partner's Barbecue. And you know what I do? I get me some ribs, all 10 to 2. Some baked beans, some potato salad, some smoked sausage. You got to come on down to Partner's Barbecue, yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
Hey, Joe Martin here. You've seen our commercials over the years, and you may be wondering, what's in it for me? Well, ITI Technical College has been selected by Forbes magazine as a top 32-year college. But even more than that, the reason we do this is you. Our tagline is for a better life, and we mean that, for you to be able to have the life you've always dreamed about, to do the things for your family you've always dreamed about. And it can begin here, where we are dedicated to your success, because here at ITI, the reason we do it is you.
Exercising is my life, so when I had to stop because of my foot and ankle pain, I was absolutely devastated. I chose Peak, and they taught me how to relieve the pain. They really do bring out the athlete in everyone. Choose Peak.
Choose Peak Performance Physical Therapy.
Tonight's Game Time League standings are brought to you by Crown Trophy. Check out the stories behind the games. Visit yourview.com/Louisiana.
You can have it all in the beautiful hills of West Feliciana Parish, and I've got Mr. Randy Rogers of the Economic Development with West Feliciana Parish. Randy, how you doing?
I'm doing great, Jim. It's a pleasure to be with you again.
Randy Rogers, you have got it going on in the beautiful hills of West Feliciana Parish. Tell us what's happening.
Jim, it's really been a wonderful year up there. We've seen a number of new businesses move in. We have a wonderful new industrial park that's about 1,000 acres of certified site with just wonderful access to and from the river, across the bridge, rail. Boy, a really exciting thing are some of the new subdivisions.
Yes.
The new hospital, it's less than 2 years old, state of the art, right there in the community.
How about the education?
Our school system has been in the top 10 for as long as I can remember. That's from pre-K, which is the tops in the state, all the way up through to high school. It has been wonderful. We are building a new riverfront arena, well, not arena, but a riverfront park with the cruise ships. We're going to have Viking coming in. We have American Queen. You'll be able to just come out and enjoy the afternoon on the river. It's a wonderful place to live. You can have it all in West Feliciana
West Feliciana Parish, of course. The crown jewel of the parish is St. Francisville. And, you know, you folks up there, all the government agencies, y'all all get along. You root together for each other. It's a wonderful small-town environment, and it's a low crime rate. It's a very safe place to raise your family, and it's very affordable. So if you're a young couple and you've got family, go to West Feliciana Parish. You got it. You owe it to yourself to go check it out.
Come see us. We're at www.wfparish.org.
WFParish.org. Mr. Randy Rogers, thank you for being a big sponsor. West Feliciana Parish, where you can have it all in West Feliciana Parish. Thanks, Randy.
Thanks, Jim.
Well, I've had back pain now and then, but it got so bad I couldn't even bend over. I didn't want to resort to pain pills, so I chose Peak, hoping they could relieve the pain. They got me active again. I even lost weight. I believe in better. I chose Peak.
Choose Peak Performance Physical Therapy.
I'm Brett Favre. As a quarterback in the NFL, if I didn't stay focused, I ended up on my back or worse. Even the smallest distraction could make a good play or offensive drive come to an end. When you're in a car, the smallest distraction could end much more than a drive. It could end someone's life. Just like I refuse to lose on the field, I refuse to lose someone I love to distracted driving. And you should too. Focus on the road. Don't drive distracted. A message from Farm Bureau Insurance.
Come enjoy a great location just minutes away from the hustle and bustle of the city at SUMA Lake Apartments. Experience luxurious living with all appliances included, granite countertops, and walk-in closets. Relax in a peaceful environment by the pool or enjoy fishing in a 9-acre lake. Kids are sure to enjoy the playground and basketball court. Located in Livingston Parish in a great school district. Call today, 225-686-1111.
I think that people want to be in West Feliciana because it's truly one of the unique parts of Louisiana. That if you live in West Feliciana, you can have it all. You can have a great lifestyle, a government that works for you and is open and transparent. You can have wonderful neighbors. You can have a great school. You can live in an environment that's free of fear from crime. We're less than 20 minutes from the Baton Rouge Airport, 30 minutes from the state capitol. What we have in West Feliciana is a place where you really can have it all.
I spent years suffering from knee pain, so I decided to have replacement surgery. My doctor did a great job, and he allowed me to choose Peak for my PT. I should have done this a long time ago. I'm so glad I chose Peak.
Choose Peak Performance Physical Therapy.
Tonight's Game Time Player of the Game is brought to you by ITI Technical College, your key to a better life. Check out the stories behind the games. Visit yourview.com/Louisiana.
The rain is gone, and it's a nice night in Baton Rouge. It's still a little muggy, and the Rummel Raiders leading Catholic High 7-3 as we continue with the West Feliciana Parish halftime show. These are two great high schools going at it here on the field tonight, but they're also excellent work inside the classroom for both of these schools. For more on that, let's go down to the field and Smacker Miles.
Jeff, I have the principals from both schools here. This is Lisa Harvey from Catholic High, and I also have Mark Milano from Rummel. We'll start with Miss Lisa Harvey. Catholic High has a lot going on right now, lots of sports, very involved. Tell us some of the highlights.
Well, the first thing I want to talk about is our band and choir concert that's coming up December the 7th. We invite everybody. It's at the LSU Union Theater, and it's a great family evening, so we invite everybody for that. Of course, we have so many sports going on right now. Our cross-country team just won state. Our swim team just won state runner-up, and we've got all sorts of, we've got tennis and wrestling and soccer and basketball all competing right now. And then, of course, we just had open house, which was a tremendous success. So anybody wants to still get an application in, it's not too late. We ask everybody to please consider Catholic High School.
Why does Catholic High put such an emphasis on kids staying involved outside of school?
Well, because we just believe in holistic education and really forming the whole student. And if all they do is go to school from 7:30 to 2:47, we tell them they're never going to love it. So we really want them to get involved. We have over 30 clubs that our students can get involved in, as well as all of our athletics, and just opportunities for service and just giving back to our community.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Milano's from Rummel. They have some pre-professional programs going on. Tell us about those and why they're important.
So we're entering into our 8th year with our pre-professional programs. We have a pre-law, a biomed, and an engineering program. And all of those have reached out to different areas of the community. Our pre-law, they've gone and they've done some work at the federal courts and the state court levels. And our biomed program is doing some interesting work with auction right now. So that's really exciting. And our engineering group, they're working with the Corps of Engineers, structuring bridges and things like that. So the kids have a lot of fun with it.
Why is it important for these high schoolers to get ahead on their careers?
The great thing about it is they have these 3 different areas at Rummel that they can go into, and they can kind of delve into it and see if they like it, and therefore they don't lose a year or two trying to figure out which direction they want to travel when they get to college.
Thank you. A special thank you to both of our principals of these prestigious schools. Jeff?
Thanks, Smacker. And once again, I want to thank these two schools for allowing us to bring this Division I semifinal playoff game to your living room. We'll be back after this.
Hey, Joe Martin here. You've seen our commercials over the years, and you may be wondering, what's in it for me? Well, ITI Technical College has been selected by Forbes magazine as a top 32-year college. But even more than that, the reason we do this is you. Our tagline is for a better life, and we mean that, for you to be able to have the life you've always dreamed about, to do the things for your family you've always dreamed about. And it can begin here, where we are dedicated to your success, because here at ITI, the reason we do it is you.
When I get back to Baton Rouge, I get in my Blues Mobile and I drive right on down to Partner's Barbecue. And you know what I do? I get me some ribs, all tender too. Some baked beans, some potato salad, some smoked sausage. You got to come on down to Partner's Barbecue, yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
Come enjoy a great location just minutes away from the hustle and bustle of the city at SUMA Lake Apartments. Experience luxurious living with all appliances included, granite countertops, and walk-in closets. Relax in a peaceful environment by the pool or enjoy fishing in a 9-acre lake. Kids are sure to enjoy the playground and basketball court. Located in Livingston Parish in a great school district. Call today, 225-686-1111.
I'm Brett Favre. As a quarterback in the NFL, if I didn't stay focused, I ended up on my back or worse. Even the smallest distraction could make a good play or offensive drive come to an end. When you're in a car, the smallest distraction could end much more than a drive. It could end someone's life. Just like I refuse to lose on the field, I refuse to lose someone I love to distracted driving. And you should too. Focus on the road. Don't drive distracted. A message from Farm Bureau Insurance.
Student section for Catholic High, not much to cheer about in the first half here tonight as the Rummel Raiders leading the Catholic High Bears, the defending champs in Division I, 7-3. As we continue with the West Feliciana Parish halftime show. Back in the broadcast booth, Jeff Palermo along with Jason DeQueer. Both teams have to sit there and lament the fact that they had chances to put more points up on the board, but yet the Raiders have a 7-3 lead because both teams are playing some outstanding defense in this game.
Yeah, they're right. This game opened up pretty sloppy, a lot of rain, field conditions, and I think it kind of, related to a couple of the turnovers that happened in this football game. Unfortunately for Rummel, they just haven't been able to capitalize on some of those turnovers that Catholic High uncharacteristically makes, and for Catholic High, they haven't been able to establish the run, and this offense needs that running game to go before everything begins to open up.
And Cameron Dartez, the Catholic High quarterback, has not completed a pass in this game. And then the other interesting thing, 2 turnovers for both sides, and we've also seen a block punt, and we've seen a block field goal, but yet it's only a 7-3 ball game. Let's take a look at our first half stats. A lot to show you, even though we only had 2 scoring plays. Opening drive was a thing of beauty for the Rummel Raiders, and Chandler Fields finding Coy Moore in the back of the end zone. Hangs on for the touchdown, his 3rd of the season. Here's our first turnover of the night. Bad snap. Raiders had a chance to add to its 7-0 lead as you see the rain falling down. Dartez under pressure all night long as he goes down there. Raiders defense has been impressive. Another bad snap, and then the Bears had good field position. They would settle here for a 48-yard field goal that just gets through right above the upright by Cole Kazanov. Fields' pass is going to be intercepted by the Bears defensive back, Bo Bacchus, and then you got a block punt, or a field goal, I should say, Colby Fields. Here's the block punt. Bacchus again gets in there with the block. But the Bears unable to get anything going here as a big sack from behind by Donovan Kaufman. And let's take a look at our first half stats. Man, just shocking to see only 47 total yards for the Bears as they average 408 total yards a game.
Yeah, and you can see the rushing yards just not there, 47. None through the air, and I'll tell you, the most important kind of fact or highlight that wasn't shown there was that drop pass at the end of towards the end of the half by Catholic High. They would have had a chance to go up in the football game.
Yeah, Solomon Singleton couldn't hang on to that pass from Cameron Dartez, and the Bears trail it 7-3 at halftime. More of the West Feliciana Parish halftime show coming up. We're at Memorial Stadium. We'll be back after this.
This throbbing neck pain was so bad it moved to my shoulders and was causing severe headaches. Then a friend suggested I choose Peak. 2 weeks later, the pain was completely gone. So glad I chose Peak.
Choose Peak Performance Physical Therapy.
Hey, Joe Martin here. You've seen our commercials over the years, and you may be wondering, what's in it for me? Well, ITI Technical College has been selected by Forbes magazine as a top 32-year college. But even more than that, the reason we do this is you. Our tagline is for a better life, and we mean that, for you to be able to have the life you've always dreamed about, to do the things for your family you've always dreamed about. And it can begin here, where we are dedicated to your success, because here at ITI, the reason we do it is you.
I think that people want to be in West Feliciana because it's truly one of the unique parts of Louisiana. That if you live in West Feliciana, you can have it all. You can have a great lifestyle, a government that works for you and is open and transparent. You can have wonderful neighbors. You can have a great school. You can live in an environment that's free of fear from crime. We're less than 20 minutes from the Baton Rouge Airport, 30 minutes from the state capitol. What we have in West Feliciana is a place where you really can have it all.
Do you need to say great job, congratulations, or way to go? Crown Trophy on Sherwood Forest Boulevard in Baton Rouge has the trophy, plaque, acrylic, or crystal award you're looking for. Whether it's for your team, business, or church, come to Crown Trophy. We guarantee the highest level of customer service, and there's no charge for rush orders or trophy engraving. We're nationally known and locally owned. Visit us online to view our catalog at www.crowntrophy.com.
My shoulder pain got so bad I couldn't lift anything overhead. So I chose Peak Performance, and I can't believe how much better I am now. Peak really does get you back into the game of life. Choose Peak.
Choose Peak Performance Physical Therapy.
Tonight's Game Time Play of the Game is brought to you by Louisiana Farm Bureau Insurance, ready to serve you with auto insurance, homeowners insurance, life insurance, and more. Real service, real people.
I'm delighted to be here at Podner's Barbecue, thanking the owner and operator and chief cook right here, Gerald Hopper. How you doing?
Doing great, Jim. Doing great.
Gerald Hopper is a big sponsor of the YurView Game of the Week. He's been feeding the crew every year as long as I can remember. And I'll tell you, folks for the last 35 years have been coming to see you week in and week out. Why is that?
Because we're the best. We've been in it longer than anybody. And after all these years, we're still the one.
You are still the one.
And still having fun, too.
And still having fun.
That's right.
You've got the slow smoked ribs. You've got the baked beans. In fact, Jim McGraw said the baked beans in People magazine, he said they were the best anywhere in the world, and that's a great endorsement. Tell us about your latest special.
Well, every day during lunch from 11 to 3 right now, everybody likes our brisket so much. It's good, tender, smoked brisket. But we have them on special, so you can get the brisket with the chicken, or the brisket with the sausage, or the brisket with the pulled pork. Comes with 2 side orders, a piece of Texas toast. Put our barbecue sauce on it. You got a heck of a meal. It costs $8.49, and we sell it every day, Monday through Saturday.
$8.49 for an incredible meal at Podner's Barbecue, and you absolutely are the best. I mean, 35 years, that's huge. You've seen a lot of places come and go. You're still here. You're still doing it. You're a great sponsor. And tell folks where you're located and how they can get a hold of you.
Well, we have 2 locations in Baton Rouge. We have the Sherwood Forest location is on South Sherwood Forest, just south of Interstate 12. And then we have the first location is on Florida Boulevard on the corner of Donmore and Florida.
Thank you so much for being a big sponsor of the YurView Game of the Week.
Thank you, Jim.
Catholic High Bears warming up here as the 2 bands for these 2 schools done performing. Here at halftime, the Bears trailing it 7-3. Raiders are out there as well. They're warming up, and the rain has gone away. The comfortable night here now that the rain has moved away.
Yeah, let's see if they can kind of settle down. These offenses start working, get rid of some of the turnovers. And, Jeff, this could be an exciting finish tonight.
Bears will get the ball to begin the second half. And we'll see what they do here.
Well, hopefully they went in and made some adjustments. Obviously, they could not run the ball, no passing yards. So they're going to have to figure out a way to kind of open this offense up a little bit.
One of our great sponsors here on Game Time has been Peak Performance Physical Therapy. Let's find out more from them as far as how they rehab some of these players after a tough Friday night.
We're at Peak Performance Physical Therapy. I'm joined by Jason Green. They have a very special partnership with these high school football programs. Tell me a little bit about that partnership.
Yes, Michael, we're really excited about the school season, the football season, and in general the sports season. As you know, it runs August to May. And our partnership is with the schools, the parents, the athletes, the coaches, the doctors, the trainers. Everybody kind of encompasses a sports medicine team, and with the whole goal of getting those athletes, when they get hurt, back onto their field, their court, their pool, anything, in a safe and effective way. And so we kind of consider ourselves experts in the field of physical therapy. And so when an injury happens, we're going to get them diagnosed and begin treatment, and communication is the key. And so we really are privileged in our partnership. We cover 10 local high schools in the area and beyond. And so we kind of have the motto at our company of treat the athlete and everyone, and we don't just treat athletes. We treat grandparents and parents. Injuries are part of an active lifestyle. And so when you get hurt, we want to take care of you. We want to get you back to, if it's your sport, if it's your game, if it's your leisurely activities, we desire to do that. And so we're excited to be in this community as a local business, privately owned, to help the high schools reach their goals and ultimately help athletes reach their goals.
That's awesome. It sounds like something I could have really used when I was growing up and dealing with all my problems in swimming. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Catholic High, Gabe Fertitta rallying the troops right now. Let's go down to the field and hear more from Smacker Miles. Smacker, how you doing tonight? Staying dry?
I am, but it's starting to get chilly, especially now that I'm a little bit damp. I talked to Coach Fertitta, and he was very level-headed. He said, our team has been here before, and we know how to come back. And he was definitely convincing when I talked to him about him believing that his team can do that. He told them they need to just relax, they need to execute, and now they're in a four-quarter game, and they know that, but they're ready for it. So he wants to clean up the little things and do better overall in the second half. He said there wasn't one thing. We were just sloppy on every aspect of that first half. He's looking for much better performance this half, and they're ready for this complete game. Jeff?
Well, he is definitely trying to get his guys fired up here. Winning a state championship a season ago. This is his second stint at Catholic. First time he was here, he was the wide receivers coach, offensive line coach, and then he was the offensive coordinator for 3 seasons before he became the head coach. Former Holy Cross grad, so he knows what it's like going up against Jay Roth and the Rummel Raiders.
Both of these crowds are getting fired up here. I think they all know what's on the line.
I guess Rummel is, obviously the discussion here is which side they want to defend first.
I will tell you, I mean, Rummel did a good job bringing the fans here.
Yeah, they travel well. They do very well. Saturday nights at Joe Yenny Stadium in the fall. That's a tradition in Metairie where Rummel, they pack that place.
Yeah, you can see them packed in there, and had to come an hour down the interstate from New Orleans.
Jay Roth told us he got here 45 minutes early. He hears all these horror stories about Baton Rouge traffic.
And they're normally true.
not on a Friday. Not with no state jobs around here. There's nobody working in this town on a Friday. When there's a day off, well, there we go. That's not the best Rummel fan, but all right. Rummel will kick it off here, and big drive coming up. I think this opening drive for the Bears, that may set the tone in the second half.
Well, and let's see if they can start it with a decent return. Got 2 good return guys back there.
Patrick Vanderbrook with the boots. And there was an offsides. Not a good start there for Rummel. That'll back him up 5 yards.
And the thing is, I do believe, Jeff, there's a little slight wind. You don't have the flags on the field goal uprights, but I think there's a slight wind going kind of in the face of Rummel on this kickoff, because Vanderbrook has the ability to put it in the end zone, and we saw that one. Now he'll be backed up 5, but we saw that one come up about 10 yards short.
Rummel now 5 penalties for 30 yards.
So this is a real opportunity here. And you see, Catholic High should adjust. If you know they're kicking into the wind and that ball was going to land between the up guys and the deep returners, you got to bring your returners up so that you can catch it on the fly.
Braylon Morgan, Joshua Parker, the 2 guys ready to return. Eric Held is the special teams coordinator for the Bears. He's a former Rummel assistant. Vanderbrook's kick. Pretty good hang time on that thing, and it's taken by Parker. And Parker will get it to the 28. Cameron D'Artez and the Bears offense back on the field after the 15-yard return. Tough first half for Catholic High's offense as they failed to score a touchdown. D'Artez 0 for 4, 6 rushes for 37 yards, and then Joshua Parker just 8 yards on 5 carries.
Well, let's see if Catholic High can give Rummel a little bit of their own medicine. What I'd do is try to swing the field laterally, try to get some quick screens, some bubble screens. Just, you know, the inside running game, Rummel has said they're going to take that away. So try to open up the field a little bit.
D'Artez will run it. D'Artez has got a seam. And that's a lot what Rummel did in the first half. Good yardage on first down. They got 7 there with D'Artes.
Yeah, and what makes this play right here is the disguised jet sweep that Morgan coming around the end, because now you start to stretch that defense a little bit, and then D'Artes takes advantage of underneath.
3rd down and 3. 2nd down and 3, I should say. Quick bubble pass and nearly intercepted, and then Singleton catches it, and then he gets banged out of bounds. Oh boy, that could have been a huge early turnover in the second half. Singleton grabs it, first completion of the game for D'Artes, and it nearly was a pick 6.
Well, D'Artes must be living right, because this ball should have gone the other way for 6. I mean, he is so fortunate, not just to have that completion, but he's fortunate that ball did not go the other way for 6 points.
Corey Smoove in and out of his hands. Had a big interception last week in a win over Brother Martin.
He wasn't smooth with that one.
No, the Bears 0 for 4 on 3rd down, facing 3rd down and 3. D'Artes keeps it. D'Artes will be denied. Well, maybe not. How about the second effort there? And that should be enough for a first down. He was hit by Quentin Cage right at the line of scrimmage, but he kept the legs moving, and D'Artes gets a big first down for the Bears.
Well, that's just sheer desire, because you're right. Quentin Cage came downhill like he's been playing all night, bringing more people in the box. Watch him fill the hole right there, and then D'Artes just kind of spins out of it, uses that lower body strength, and basically runs backwards to pick up the couple of yards for the first down.
Just the 4th first down for the Bears. And again, no running room for these backs. Nothing. As Parker shut down once again. Colby Fields, who played very well last week, right there. Well, Jay Roth said that his defense has had a really good run here at the end of the season, and that they're gelling at the right time of the year. Defensive coordinator Nick Monica has to be pleased with what they've done against a Catholic High offense that's averaging 41 points a game. 2nd down and 9. Another try for Parker, and similar results. Not happening there. Kabaz Craig, this Rummel defense, I think they're inspired by what the Saints did last night to the Falcons. Shut down Atlanta's running game, too.
Well, they're playing good up front. You see Kabaz Craig. He's been one of the main culprits up there, just not allowing that offensive line at Catholic High to push him back.
Another 3rd down and long here for the Bears. 3rd and 7. D'Artes feeling the heat. D'Artes won't get away that time. Sacked. Kabaz Craig.
Man's having a huge game, and now coming up with another big sack.
And remember, the guys that I'm mentioning here, Craig, Quentin Cage, Donovan Kaufman, these guys are going to be back next season.
Yeah, Coach Roth is excited about that. And that time, Kabaz just beat a double team and able to get to D'Artes.
7-yard loss. Frustrating night for the senior QB. Interesting punt formation here.
Got to be careful. They will fake it. They love trick plays. Catholic High does.
Better get some defenders out there. Rummel might need to burn a timeout. Kazanov's punt. Wow. Look at that. That is a thing of beauty. Wow. You want to talk about flipping the field? That will be down at the 2-yard line.
Unbelievable. What a weapon. What a weapon.
This, if you're Pete McMahon and the LSU special teams staff, if you're watching, that might be the guy you might want to give a scholarship to.
I'm laughing because Corey Moore, he's like, oh man, that thing just sailed way over my head. You're going to have to give Kazanoff a little bit more respect than that. You're going to have to line up a little deeper because he just drilled it over Corey Moore's head.
So the Raiders will start from their own 3-yard line.
He's not a big guy either, and he punts the heck out of him.
Fields 11 of 16 for 94 yards, a touchdown and interception. Logan Diggs 5 carries for 30 yards. give them a little breathing room on that first down run. For former Catholic High players that are watching our game here tonight, if the public address announcer sounds familiar to you, it's your old football coach, Dale Weiner, handling the PA duties here tonight. How about that?
Yeah, normally he'd be watching his son coach at Dunham, but they were eliminated last week by Catholic New Iberia, so a little off time. Come and do some pro bono work for his former high school.
Dan Bournet better watch out. The voice of Tiger Stadium.
Now he's just got to get it to never rain in Memorial Stadium. You know, I think Dan will say that even if it's storming, right?
Third down and 7 here is Fields. Let's see if they get it to Coy Moore.
Big third down play. Rummel's backed up in their own territory. Got a punt blocked earlier.
That's Coy Moore in motion. They'll hand it off to him. Moore. Yeah, he'll get angled out of bounds. And there's a late flag. That's going to be a late hit. How about that?
Just so unnecessary. And these are just, you know, things that you don't typically see out of a Catholic High team. You saw some turnovers here. This is almost essentially like a turnover because you have them backed up. They're going to have to punt the ball.
What a time for the Bears' first penalty of the night.
And then just a late hit here.
Oh, man, just
ill-advised. You let them out of a deep, deep hole. You got them trapped in there, and man.
Well, it's been a good night for Bo Backus, but he's got an interception, a blocked punt, but that one he obviously regrets, the free safety for the Bears. So now the ball moved out to the 24-yard line for Fields. Again, Rummel's offense has not done much since the opening drive. They run the ball on first down and only 3 on that carry for Jalen Sturgis. Logan Diggs will come back into the ball game. So you look at him. Sturgis 6 carries for 8 yards. Diggs 5 carries for 30 yards tonight. And Rummel just using a lot of clock here too, up by 4.
Absolutely. You know, speed this game up.
2nd and 7. And there's Diggs. Diggs breaks a tackle all the way up to the 46-yard line. Biggest play in a while offensively for the Raiders. 19 yards.
You know, the way this game is going, and you know, as slow as Catholic's offense has been, you gotta, if Coach Roth, you gotta be thinking, look, if I can, as you see the exceptional run here by Diggs, I mean, this guy looks like he's fully back and healthy, back in that arsenal of backs they have. But if they can somehow convert here or put one in the end zone, you're talking a 14-3 game, and you hadn't let Catholic High do anything offensively. Plus, you're grinding up the clock.
From the 46. Coy Moore out in the perimeter, shoved out of bounds at the 50-yard line. Armwood in on another stop. He's got an offer from southeastern Louisiana, does Armwood. Coy Moore headed to USC. Quiet kid, doesn't say too much.
Well, he said a whole lot with his action tonight. And I tell you what, that's another little play that again has had a lot of success. It's not a complex play, but it's just a quick hitter, quick bubble screen, and it puts you in positive yardage on first down.
Coy Moore, 9 catches for 87 yards. And stumbling in the backfield is Sturgis, and he'll be down there. How about our two 1,000-yard rushers, the two guys that we highlighted as key players in this game, absolutely shut down in this contest. I think the two of them combined don't even have 20 yards in this game.
No, and both of these teams came in with the commitment that we're not going to let the other beat us, you know, the way that they want, and that's running the football with Joshua Parker and Jalen Sturgis. Somebody else is going to have to step up and beat him. Now, for Rummel, fortunately, they've been able to get some things through the air in Coy Moore, and he's having a big-time game. Catholic High hasn't been able to find that other offensive weapon.
Rummel is 2 for 5 on third down tonight. Maribel in motion. Fields over the middle. Caught. First down, Raiders. That time it was Amor Rochelle who had the big touchdown catch at the end of the Brother Martin win last week. That's his 15th grab of the season. 13 yards, and they moved the chains.
And Amor Rochelle is just a big, big target. It looks like he's got more of a tight end frame. And you see he's got great hands going down there and catching the football. But this is another guy who probably goes as 220 if you ask me.
1st and 10 at the 39. Yeah, Jay Roth wasn't sure if Rochelle could be a wide receiver in this spread offense. Running downhill is Walker, and he gets to the 36. Patrick DeLatte, one of the Bears defenders there. And it was a 3-yard gain.
Again, and look, Rummel is just chewing this third quarter up. As you can see, we're kind of getting close to the 4-minute mark in this football game, and they've been doing just enough to move the chains and eat the clock up. And again, what they're going to need to do, though, is finish this drive, because if you leave the score at 7-3, give Catholic High the football back, you just got a feeling they're going to pop something.
10th play of the drive. Diggs. Bouncing it to the outside.
It's going to be close.
About a yard shy of the first down as they continue to rotate running backs in tonight. One thing we haven't seen from Catholic High, and maybe they just haven't had the ball long enough, the Bears like to rotate running backs a lot, but we haven't seen much there. We haven't seen much of Braylon Morgan back there. Jake Outlaw.
Well, that's normally because you get one of them going and then you come in with a change of direction or a different speed of back, but they haven't been able to get any of them going.
The pitch to Sturgis on third down. First down, Rummel.
And this crowd senses it. They know that is a huge first down. Why? Because they'll be able to continue to chew this clock up, keep the Catholic High offense on the sideline. But again, the thing about this drive for Rummel is you're going to have to capitalize. You got to put it in the end zone.
Finally, Sturgis able to run downhill a little bit. Usually he's been hit right at the line of scrimmage.
Well, and I think this Catholic High defense, they've been on the field a while. You got to imagine, you know, they're getting a little gassed out there.
We've only had 2 drives in this third quarter. This has taken over 5 minutes off the clock, 11 plays, 71 yards. Remember, it started inside their own 5. Now Kyle Walker. Ooh, he got hit hard because he was met by Hayden Shaheen. 2 yards at the most on that carry. Well, now you're kind of going back to what Jay Roth and what you've seen from Rummel offenses for so many years until the last couple years, kind of that ground and pound style. And when you got these 3 backs like Sturgis, Diggs, and Walker, and you can rotate them in there, that's pretty tough to stop for an opposing defense.
Well, and I think he's realizing, look, you can run the spread and still be physical. I mean, we see Zachary do that with the best of them. I mean, you can run the spread and run the football. The two can coexist.
Stopping the Rummel run game was a key for the Bears tonight. Big hit there. Lowering his shoulder was Diggs, for maybe 3.
He's going to be something special.
Yeah.
The next couple of years, you can look at him. He looks the part and really is the part. He's got a lot of growing still left to do.
I'll tell you what, this entire Catholic league Rummel's got some young guys. We saw St. Aug and Holy Cross 2 weeks ago. Those two teams, both littered with sophomores and juniors on their rosters. Jesuit, seems like that program's getting good. This Catholic League next year is going to be mighty, mighty tough. Jay Roth will burn one of his 3 timeouts in the second half. Under 2 minutes to go. Rummel trying to grind out a win and get back to the state championship game. They lead at 7-3. This is Game Time on YurView.
Hey, Joe Martin here. You've seen our commercials over the years, and you may be wondering, what's in it for me? Well, ITI Technical College has been selected by Forbes magazine as a top 32-year college. But even more than that, the reason we do this is you. Our tagline is for a better life, and we mean that, for you to be able to have the life you've always dreamed about, to do the things for your family you've always dreamed about. And it can begin here, where we are dedicated to your success, because here at ITI, the reason we do it is you.
I'm Brett Favre. As a quarterback in the NFL, if I didn't stay focused, I ended up on my back or worse. Even the smallest distraction could make a good play or offensive drive come to an end. When you're in a car, the smallest distraction could end much more than a drive. It could end someone's life. Just like I refuse to lose on the field, I refuse to lose someone I love to distracted driving. And you should too. Focus on the road. Don't drive distracted. A message from Farm Bureau Insurance.
Early on in this quarter, the Rummel Raiders looked like they were going to go out on a 3-and-out inside their own 7, but that late hit there wasn't ferocious, but it was enough. A 15-yard penalty on the Bears, and the Raiders, they still have the football. This is the 14th play of the drive. They've had it for 6 minutes and 48 seconds. They're facing 3rd down and 6 from the Bears 22.
You hate to think a late hit might be the play of the game, but if they put this ball in the end zone, it very well could be.
Back to the ground and Diggs. Good blocking. He stopped shy of the 1st down, though. He needs a couple more yards to move the chains. A huge 4th down coming up here for the Raiders.
Well, and you could tell by that play call, Coach Roth was committed to going forward on 4th down. Well, maybe they're sitting on the kicker as soon as you say that. But that's typically a call where, hey, 3rd and 6 and you hand the ball off. You know, that you're thinking you got 2 plays dialed up, but maybe he's feeling good about Vanderbrook and his chances. He's perfect on the season.
His long is 45, and you're right, he's 6 for 6. This one from 35, and a 7-point lead.
This is a huge kick. I mean, this is a huge kick.
If you got a crazy fake, you'd like to use it here. It's got the distance, it's got the accuracy, and that is straight through.
That's huge.
It's a Jason DeClaire kind of game. Field goal kickers making an impact, and the Raiders have their touchdown lead back.
Field goals and the Chicago kind of weather mixed in there, you know?
It's too warm for Chicago in late November.
You know, the wind, the rain. But this is definitely playoff football here. And I tell you what, you know, I know they wanted to put this ball in the end zone, but that 3 points gives Rummel at least a little bit of breathing room there. It forces Catholic High to have to score a touchdown.
7 for 7 now is Vanderbrook, who is a junior, another guy that will be coming back for the Raiders.
Yeah, something just gives me the feeling that this game is far from over.
Well, we know Catholic wants to run the ball, but it may come down to Cameron Dartez completing some passes here.
Hey, he's your senior. You're going to have him step up and make some throws.
And they need the O-line to give him better protection. That hasn't helped the situation either. Vanderbrook's kick. They could also use a good return here, too. This is Braylon Morgan. Morgan, a up to the 27-yard line before he's tackled by Corey Smooth. Let's look at that long Monogram Express scoring drive. 15 plays, 79 yards, 7:56. Old school Catholic League football right there. And Patrick Vanderbroek with the 35-yard field goal.
Yeah, just chewed up about all of the third quarter. You can see now 42 seconds left. And it'll be in the fourth quarter and final stage of this contest. But going back to what you were saying earlier, Jeff, I don't think D'Artes necessarily has to do anything outside of his comfort zone or force the ball down the field. That's not his style. But, you know, you can get it to some of your players out on the edge. It's just something to loosen up the teeth of that defense.
Haven't really, other than the long pass to Singleton that was dropped, haven't really tried to go downfield much. Over the middle, and there's the first down. And waiting for that all night. That is Brandon Hubix, his 11th catch of the season.
Yeah, Hubix a good player for him, big tight end. Will be playing next year in college, and this is all you do when you bring in so many people down the line of scrimmage. You just pop one over the head of those linebackers, and I think that's been there for Catholic High a lot of the night.
18-yard pass play, their first pass completion, it actually went for yards tonight. Their other one went for 0.
And those aren't difficult throws. It's about a 7-8 yard throw. But again, it's going to force Rummel to be a little bit more honest if you start throwing the ball some.
Parker in the backfield with D'Artes. 13 seconds on the play clock as D'Artes surveys the defense. A called run, and D'Artes gets about 9 on what is our final play of the third quarter. Only 3 points in the third quarter. That was by the Rummel Raiders. And we're now 12 minutes away from deciding who will head to New Orleans and play in the Division I state championship game 2 weeks from Saturday, where they'll likely take on John Curtis, who's leading Evangel 49-28. It has been an old school kind of game. Some crazy bounces and some tough defense by the Raiders.
When I tore my ACL, I didn't think I'd ever be able to play soccer again. My doctor told me how important physical therapy would be, so I chose Peak. I'm glad I did. Now I'm stronger, faster, better than ever. Choose Peak.
Choose Peak Performance Physical Therapy.
When I get back to Baton Rouge, I get in my Blues Mobile and I drive right on down to Partner's Barbecue. And you know what I do? I get me some ribs, all tender too. Some baked beans, some potato salad, some smoked sausage. You got to come on down to Partner's Barbecue, yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
I didn't tell you guys about the game the other day. My seats were right behind.
You're not thinking about if you set the alarm before leaving the house. You're thinking about how you caught the home run that extended the series to 7. You're thinking you finally have a baseball story to rival theirs. You're thinking about how you caught the ball barehanded without spilling a drop. You're not thinking about if you set the alarm. Well, maybe just a little. Stay close to the moments that matter. Cox Home Life will take care of the rest.
Exercising is my life, so when I had to stop because of my foot and ankle pain, I was absolutely devastated. I chose Peak and they taught me how to relieve the pain. They really do bring out the athlete in everyone. Choose Peak.
Choose Peak Performance Physical Therapy.
Offense will get it going. They're down by a touchdown. Jeff Palermo, Jason Acquare, Smacker Miles down on the sidelines. Glad you could join us for this Division I semifinal matchup.
I tell you what, Fertitta says he doesn't make the play calls, but he had a piece of paper he was glancing down at when you got a shot of him that last time.
Second down and 1. D'Artes walks up, will take the snap from center, quarterback sneak, and they get the first down. Jordan Williams wrestling D'Artes to the ground. I think that's the first drive. The Bears have had 2 first downs in one drive.
And I think Fertitta now is starting to look at this offense a little closer. I mean, you catch a glimpse of him on the sideline. That doesn't look like somebody who's not involved in play calling. And that's what he used to do. I mean, he coached wide receivers, he coached the O-line, and, you know, he may be saying, hey, there's some things I want to try as the head coach here to open this offense up.
Interesting formation here for the Bears. D'Artes. Oh, Singleton dropped another one. My gosh.
But that's what you have to do. I mean, you got to keep him honest. You got to throw the ball. And a couple times D'Artes now has dropped back to throw it. It's been there. Actually, it's been there all night because, as you mentioned, Singleton dropped a huge one down in the end zone earlier. And this is just a comeback route, easy pitch and catch, and just got to catch that there.
And he's made some big catches for him this season too. That's a guy they like to get isolated.
He's a big target.
Yep. And he's got good speed, 4.45. But the hand's not working tonight for Singleton. 2nd and 10. The pitch, Parker, nowhere to run. Back there was Quentin Cage again.
Well, they are just, I mean, Catholic High is dead set on trying to get Parker going, and it's just not going anywhere. They are bringing too many. See, when you see number 1 coming up and making the tackle, that's Quentin Cage coming from his defensive back position. They're just putting too many people in the box, and they have more numbers than you have.
Well, the fans on the near side from Jefferson Parish, home of the Rummel Raiders, they are making some noise right now. 3rd down and 10. D'Artes keeps it. D'Artes goes down. Jordan Williams. A loss of 1.
And that's another one of the studs on the defense for Rummel. Jordan Williams, tremendous player. And you can see there, D'Artes trying to fight him off, but he wasn't letting go. And just a great play coming down the line of scrimmage there and making sure that D'Artes didn't break free there.
Well, Catholic High can play the field game position right now, but on 3rd and 9, you have to wonder how much faith Gabe Fertitta has in his passing game right now. Not just because of the drops, but also, as you can tell, D'Artes doesn't have much time to throw the ball half the time. Cole Kazanov, he needs to get off another good one here. High snap, able to go back and get it. Let's see what he does with this thing. Fair catch at the 9.
Guy's a weapon, man.
So Rummel, 2nd consecutive drive, they'll start inside their own 10, a 35-yard punt. It's been a night of miscues for the Catholic High Bears tonight. Again, averaging 41 points a game. They come into this contest 10-1 on the year, having trouble getting snaps to their quarterback. D'Artes, here's the play you've alluded to. Singleton's open, can't catch it at the end of the first half. D'Artes throws, another drop by Singleton. You got a feel for that young man right now. Catholic High, 6 rushes for negative yards tonight. From the 8, they run it with Sturgis, maybe a half a yard, that's about it. Back down to the field and Smacker Miles.
Guys, Cord Moore is a four-star wide receiver. He's from Rummel, and he has had a huge impact in this game. Last year, he had a collarbone injury, and this year, he's already missed 6 games. But Coach Ross said this is as healthy as he's been all year, which explains a lot of his performance tonight. He's committed to USC, and he says he's a quiet guy, but his athleticism definitely speaks for itself.
Yeah, we asked Jay Roth earlier this season when we did the game against Escambia, so does he have that LA swag thing going on? And he said, no, he's not like that at all. Not much running game there, as the Bears know the Rummel Raiders are trying to chew up some clock. Yeah, Connor Finucane on the tackle.
Rummel just looking like they don't want to make any mistakes this deep in their own territory.
Well,
and willing to try to milk clock. But remember, Catholic High, last time they went to punt, Catholic High brought some heat and was able to block the punt. So I know they'd like to try to pick up a first down here.
Rummel has been good on third down tonight. They are 4 for 7. Third down and 9. A late hit deep in their own end on the last drive kept that drive alive for Rummel. Swing pass to Coy Moore, shakes one tackler, and Moore goes down.
Uh-oh.
Flag in the secondary.
I don't think that was a face mask. I know he got in kind of, looked like he got hit on the side of his helmet, but I don't think that was with a hand.
No yards on the play, or no gain on the play.
Okay.
So they decline it. Going to be called on Maribel, who's...
Yeah, just got to see. I thought right there maybe, that's right when they threw the flag, when you saw the Catholic High defender swipe across the face of Coy Moore. But
Patrick Vanderbrook will punt from his own end zone. Need a clean snap.
Well, the thing is do you bring the pressure, you risk potentially hitting the punter and giving him a first down, or you just set up the return?
They've already blocked one punt tonight. Bad snap. Vanderbrook gets rid of it somehow. Oh, my gosh. And then handled here by Braylon Morgan, and he is brought down quickly. A 31-yard punt, a little bit, and then some flags fly here late.
Well, this flag was clearly after the play. I'll tell you what, that was a good job just getting that punt off.
Wonder if Vanderbrook plays third base for the Rummel Raiders. And that's against the Raiders, according to Chuck Horn.
This is a 15. Legal hands of the face.
Bears are going to have great field position. Watch this again.
He just scoops this one hop. Man.
Says, I got to get rid of it here. Forget about technique and form.
No, that's not a fun feeling when you're punting out of your own end zone and then you get a bad snap.
Oh, right there, a little swipe to the face mask there by Ethan Barnesfather. And that cost him 15 yards, and now the Bears set up shop at the Rummel 26. 8 minutes to go. You almost feel like it's now or never for this Bears offense. Four wide receivers to the far side. D'Artes zips one, nice grab. Gregory Martin inside the 10, tackled by Gavin Holmes.
That was a well-designed play there. Looked like they were going to throw the bubble screen, but watch, D'Artes fakes the bubble screen and then hits the next window, sitting right in between that zone, and that's just a great play, and good job by Martin going up and get a ball that was thrown a little high there.
18th catch of the season for Gregory Martin. First and goal at the 9. Swing pass to Braylon Morgan, hit immediately and dropped. Corey Smooth.
I'll tell you what, not only did Smooth come up and make a nice play, but D'Artes has to be careful with some of these late throws out wide. I mean, Smooth is almost there ready to pick the ball up. It wasn't for a Catholic guy blocking out there. It could have been a pick as well.
Smooth dropped the potential pick six earlier in this half. A loss of 7. Second and goal. Back at the 14 now. Over the middle. Caught by Singleton. Touchdown Bears! Solomon Singleton redeems himself.
You know that's a happy guy right there. He feels like, look, I've let my team down a couple times tonight in this contest, and I'll tell you what, the faith and Coach Fertitta to go right back to his big target, his big receiver. And you can see that, talking to him on the sideline and probably keeping his head up and, hey, big guy, don't get your head down because we're going to need you. We're going to come right back to you. And I tell you what, he held on with that one, Jeff, for dear life there. He wasn't letting that one go.
Big extra point to tie the game, and we're all knotted up at 10. 6:57 left to go in this Division I semifinal. Catholic High and Rummel as D'Artes rifles that one in. Don't go away. More coming up on Game Time.
Tonight's Game Time play of the game is brought to you by Podna's Barbecue. Slow cooked, fall off the bone perfection, and the best baked beans in America.
When company comes to town,
company's coming!
We go all out. All you gotta do is get down here and visit Baton Rouge.
Tonight's Game Time League standings are brought to you by the best place for you to live and work in South Louisiana is West Feliciana Parish. Check out wfparish.org. West Feliciana Parish, where you really can have it all.
Gabe Fertitta and the Bears go more to their passing game after getting the great field position. And this game is tied at 10. It hasn't been tied since it was 0-0, and then Rummel took the opening drive and scored a touchdown. Now the Raiders offense, as we look at the Monogram Express scoring drive, is Solomon Singleton, his 4th touchdown catch of the season. D'Artes now has 16 touchdown passes. Let's see what this Rummel offense does, Jason. They've been ground and pound for the second half with good reason. They've had the lead. No reason to take any huge chances, but now they're going to have to open it up, I think, a little bit because their run game has stalled against this Catholic High defense.
Well, and also Catholic High has done a good job with special teams and pinning them back so that they haven't had great field position to operate with.
Will this get in the end zone? It certainly will.
And I'm really curious if Fertitta took over the play call in that last series.
Well, we were talking about this quite a bit. I mean, Catholic High's got these great receivers as Gabe Fertitta firing guys up. I mean, Forrest Roy, Gregory Martin, Singleton, Hubix, and they were just, other than Singleton, none of those other guys were involved in the offense tonight.
No, that's right. And like I said, he, former wide receiver coach, played wide receiver himself. And that time, I think he said, look, we've got to throw the ball. I mean, we can't end our season like this. We got to go out at least pressing a little bit and able to dial up some good stuff that last series. Now they got to hold tight here on defense. But as you mentioned, Rummel, I think, now has to open it up a little bit.
In motion is Jacob Brett. Running to the outside is Walker. He gets to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. I said it earlier, Rummel coming off a season where they went 6-5 last year. They're 9-2 this season, and Jay Roth says the biggest difference, they've won games in the fourth quarter this year. Can they do it here tonight? On the road against a Bears team that is feeling much more confident. Second and 10, only 9 seconds on the play clock here. Rummel may have to burn a timeout. They quickly get to the line of scrimmage. 3 seconds on the play clock. 2, 1, they just got it off. Diggs for 4, that's about it. Let's go down to the field. Smacker Miles has more on Gabe Fertitta and this Catholic High defense.
Coach Fertitta and his defensive coordinator, Deuce Harrison, go way back to their college days when they played together at Mississippi College. Coach Fertitta says they're as close as blood as they could be as blood related without actually being related. Deuce would go to the Fertitta family Thanksgiving while they were in college, and they even lived together as young coaches. They would stay up, they would draw plays, and Coach Fertitta would draw up an offensive play, and then Coach Harrison would show him how to beat that defensively. Jeff?
Story smacker, 3rd down and 6. This place is alive. Fields got time to throw. 1st down, Rummel. Jacob Rhett wide open in front of the Catholic sideline, and the Raiders continue to perform well on 3rd down tonight.
Yeah, good job by Fields identifying him, and really just blown coverage here by Catholic High. You could see kind of playing in that zone and left the flat wide open, and Fields made him pay.
13 yards. Rummel now 5 of 9 on 3rd downs. That's a huge stat. If the Raiders win that game or win this game, you can look at that stat and point to it and say one of the reasons why they were able to win here tonight. Kyle Walker brings into play. That was a nice throw by Fields. He's got some zip on that ball when he's throwing those short intermediate passes. Nothing doing, well, bouncing out and staying on his feet. Kyle Walker got to the 40. 3 yards, that's it.
Yeah, and I think we're all trying to keep the ball as long as he can. You know, still wanting to utilize this running game, and if he does have to give the ball back to Catholic High, the hope would be that he doesn't give it to him with a lot of time left in the game.
2nd down and 6. Well, you got to keep an eye on this young man here, Patrick Vanderbrook. It might be coming down to him as far as winning this game.
And you better keep an eye on number 2. I just got a feeling that Coy Moore, this is a play where he may be involved.
Rummel will use a timeout. Jay Roth wants to talk about it. Rummel now only has 1 timeout left in this game. In regulation, anyway.
Yeah, my thought, if you're Rummel, this is your passing down. You don't want to wait to be in a 3rd and long, and Catholic High knows that you have to throw the football. If I'm going to take a shot passing the ball, I'm going to do it on this down, because then it's not as certain whether or not you'll run or throw the football.
Again, Rummel been to 4 state titles from 2009 to 2015. I did their semifinal game when they finally got to the Dome. That was the night it snowed for the semifinal games. And they played the game at Cajun Field. It was Rummel versus Westgate. And Rummel won 7-6 or something like that. It was a pick 6, I think, for Rummel, that their only points of the night. Yeah, that was a wild fact that it snowed. It was a crazy night.
Got Coy Moore lined up way to the right over here. You can see him right by the 40-yard marker.
2nd down and 6. Making the grab, Zach Marabella. 2 yards shy of the 1st down. So another huge 3rd down coming up with just over 4 minutes to go.
Well, that time they used Coy as the decoy and then able to slide it back under to Maribel.
Fields is 16 of 21 for 128 yards. Those were the numbers we were possibly anticipating from Cameron Dartez. The huge effectiveness. Play clock running down here. 6 seconds. 3rd and 2. 2 seconds. Just got it off. Here's the pass. Coy Moore hangs on to it. 1st down, Rummel. What a grab by the USC commitment.
Well, and this is when you have confidence in your quarterback and confidence in your big playmaker, Coy Moore there. 3rd and 2, and you got all these running backs for Rummel, but you trust your quarterback to make an accurate throw on a slant, and it was right there for Coy Moore. Not bad coverage by Catholic High, but you only needed 2 yards, so you couldn't have any separation there at all.
11 catches for 92 yards, a workman-like effort for Coy Moore. 1st and 10 at the 50. Back to Diggs. Diggs, kind of that Le'Veon Bell type of running where you be very patient and wait for the hole to open up.
This is impressive. I mean, this is kind of a veteran move here. he comes to almost a complete stop at the line of scrimmage. Watch this, and then just allows for his blocking to develop a little. I mean, he stops right there, and now waits for that hole. That's impressive. That's beyond his ears there.
13 carries for 70 yards for Logan Diggs, who was a game-time decision tonight. Did not practice at all this week because of a high ankle sprain. 2:38 and counting. 2nd and 5 from the 45.
Had some movement there. Movement on the left. It looked like the tight end may have jumped for Rummel. Yeah, that's what I think. The tight end, number 86, on that far left side. Watch him come out his stance a little bit early right there. The right call.
Carlton Williams, the senior, 7 penalties for 50 yards, and it's 2nd and 10. Clock running again after they set the ball down.
Tell you what, in this game, that's a huge 5-yard penalty.
In motion, Sturgis, Fields, pump fakes. Here's Coy Moore. Moore, though, nice job. Great job by Jalen Armour.
Oh, you got to be careful over there on the sideline.
Gabe Fertitta saying, please don't call that penalty.
Yes, you got to be careful. Look, you've driven him out of bounds. I know you want to bring him to the turf, but in a game like this, 15 yards with a kicker like Vanderbrook could mean the entire difference. But this is, woo, they're close. That skin of your teeth there.
3rd down and 9. Interesting that they said he was out of bounds. You know, sometimes on those kind of plays, Jason, forward progress is before you get out of bounds, and you whistle it before he goes out of bounds. So you can see that go 50-50. Sometimes they say that play that keeps the clock going. 6 for 10 on 3rd downs tonight. Can Fields dial up another one? The Bears rush 4. Fields directing traffic, throws over the middle, wide open is Coy Moore for a huge 1st down to the 29-yard line. There's a flag down.
Oh, man, that's going to be a block in the back. What a bad penalty. And I'll tell you what, the block came well after Coy Moore had broken free and picked up the necessary yardage.
I don't think he blocked him in the back. I agree with you, Jay, until we see the replay.
Let's check it out. Yeah, I didn't get a great spot at it. But in that situation, again, just don't even touch the guy. Let's see, they're going to get Diggs, I believe. When he comes back around, I thought it was number 6.
Great throw by Fields.
Let's see, I think it's Diggs.
Right here.
Yeah, got him in the back.
Oh, yeah, boy, oh boy.
Can't do that.
Let's see, better look here.
Yeah, I think it's the right call. Jeff, you disagree with that?
I thought it was more on the side, kind of a hip check in hockey.
Yeah. But, I mean, it's just not necessary. Just leave that alone. It's a 50-50 deal there. And you guys picked up the 1st down. The block wasn't necessary.
3rd and 4. There's only 2 seconds on the play clock. They run it. Sturgis is not going to get there. The Bears defense with the hold. Now Catholic will burn a timeout.
And if I'm Rummel, I'm not giving Catholic High the ball back. I'm going for it. I mean,
you got to punt it. You got to punt it, Jason.
I wouldn't punt the football. And the reason is look, you got the defending state champs on the road. You need 3 yards. You tell your team, look, if we can get 3 yards, we win this football game, or we get an opportunity to put our field goal kicker out there and win the game. You know, and you've done a great job at stopping this Catholic High offense. You haven't given up a whole lot, and I wouldn't give them the football.
Now, not with Catholic's ability to kick field goals. You got to make sure they're driving at least 80 or 90 yards. Or 50, 60, whatever it might be to get in the field goal range.
I'm just considered the underdog here. And if you punt it, you're giving them the ball back. So, those plays can happen. You get in field goal range. But if you go for it, you get a chance to end the game and kick a field goal if you convert.
The emotion in this game, it's been intense. Trip to the state championship game on the line.
I bet you a hamburger, Jeff. He's not putting that punter on the field.
They may try to draw him off sides. They got a timeout that they can use. Or really, a delay game wouldn't necessarily hurt him either. I think you at least try to draw it out. Vanderbrook's out there.
Oh, well, I owe you a hamburger, buddy.
I think this is the right call. Your defense has been phenomenal all night. Pin them back as far as you can. Play for overtime. Take your chances on a 10-yard field. With your ability to convert on third down tonight, to run the ball more effective than Catholic High can.
Catholic High has nobody back there. Nobody.
What do we got here? Did they got 12 men on the field? Or no, did they take the delay game? I think Rummel took the delay game.
Well, they're clearly punting it now.
Yeah, okay.
I'm a little confused why Catholic doesn't have a deep guy back there. Okay.
Well, at 4th and 3, you got to be watching out for the fake. That's for sure.
And that's probably what they were thinking. Now, he's punted some low ones, and you got to be careful. There's been a couple times tonight where Catholic High has been trying to set up for the return, and the ball comes very close to hitting one of the up guys.
Bad snap on the last punt, too. Good snap that time. Decent punt here. Oh, and it takes a Catholic bounce.
No, that time it hit the wrong.
Oh, what happened there?
Why would you touch the football?
What happened here? Now, if it hits a Rummel guy, a Catholic guy can pick it up. But if they lose it,
why would you even come close to the football? It did hit a Rummel guy. It hit one of the Rummel flyers.
That hit one of the Catholic guys.
Well, afterwards, no, it hit the Rummel guy first. And then when Catholic High went to try to pick the football up, he then lost it. He fumbled it. Watch, it's going to hit the Rummel flyer right there. Now, get away from it if you're Catholic High. But they come and try to return the football right here. And now it goes off of him, and Rummel recovers it.
Rummel recovers, but it's a free shot for Catholic High on that kind of a play. So they'll sort this thing out, try to determine where the ball should be. Well, Chuck Horn's been busy here lately.
Yeah.
Pretty quiet for 3 quarters. So the Bears have it at their own 25-yard line, 1:29 left. Darts has finally got the pass game cranked up on the last drive. Let's see what the senior can do here. He's got 5 wide receivers on this set. Rummel's defense has been outstanding, getting pressure on Dartez all night. Down to the wire here at Memorial Stadium. And Dartez will run. And Dartez will only get 7. They quickly will get up to the line of scrimmage. One of those plays where you got 2 called.
Well, buddy, we're about to see if you made the right decision here. So Catholic got the ball back, they punted. Then you got to stop them.
Dartez.
There was nobody over there.
Corey Smooth.
There's a flag in the defensive backfield.
Nearly had another interception.
Yeah, I don't even know why he threw that ball. I mean, if you're going to throw it way out of bounds. Throw it up in the stands somewhere. No shot at completing it.
Let's see what this penalty's all about. Rummel keeps hurting themselves with these penalties. Man, oh man. Only a 5-yard penalty, but still.
Stops the clock, first down.
10 penalties. They had 10 penalties last week. They got 10 more here again. They've been averaging about 10 penalties this season.
And if you know Catholic High, what you got to be watching out for is some sort of trick play on one of these downs here.
Pressure coming. Dartez gets rid of it. Caught by Morgan. Brought down. Catholic will use a timeout. Braylon Morgan's 20th catch of the year.
Good job by D'Artez. You see him leaving the pocket and just throwing that on the run there. Morgan able to come up with the reception.
Kyle Walker getting some play on defense now. It's been lined up at running back, made the tackle.
Catholic High needs probably about 30 yards, if you ask me, maybe 35 to get in comfortable field goal range.
Game time on YurView. Louisiana thanks Louisiana Lift for their support of this telecast, specializing in customer service on equipment, rentals, parts, and training. Louisiana Lift has been serving its customers since 1980. You can check them out online at lalift.com or call their Baton Rouge office, 753-5700, or their New Orleans area office, 504-463-3400. Louisiana Lift, they're always on call. D'Artez is 4 for 4 after starting 1 for 7 in this game. They're coming. There should be a holding penalty there. The pass is complete.
That's a hold, 71.
Forrest Roy makes the grab, and this is going to make it really difficult now for Catholic High. Again, spotted the foul penalty in high school football, so it's not just 10 yards back from the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, this is one of those where if Alexander doesn't catch him, yes, it's going to be a sack on D'Artez. I mean, you don't want to see a hold, but that would have been a sack.
Joseph Alexander at 300 pounds. That kid is a major college prospect, but got beat on that play. 19-yard penalty there for the Bears and Gabe Fertitta.
Well, now you got to be careful. You don't force one. And you allow Rummel to intercept and be able to kick a field goal and walk off.
Setting up the screen. Braylon Morgan's got some blockers. Braylon Morgan is in the clear. Morgan, he could go. He just gone out of bounds at the 40, 38-yard line. A well-designed play there for the Bears.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. You got to pin back deep in their own territory, and it's the old screen. And I tell you what, Morgan just looked explosive on this play, and he's one step right there from taking it to the distance.
Ron Franklin, the touchdown-saving tackle. We saw Coy Morris out there defensively for Rummel.
Now you got to manage the game here. You got 36 seconds, a timeout left, and you need about, flag here.
Delay game. Got to keep your composure at this point.
Yeah, and I really think, look, we saw Kazanov hit a 48-yarder, but, you know, you really want to get this ball down to about the 25, at least the 25-yard line if you're Catholic High, to have a real legitimate shot at making the field goal here. We need about 25 yards.
D'Artez, incomplete.
Sorry, that doesn't hurt you. Good pressure again by Rummel, but that's essentially just a throwaway.
Edward Francis, the intended receiver, a senior. That was 5 straight completions for D'Artez. That just came to an end. Only took a few seconds off the clock to do too. D'Artez steps up, heaves one deep. Incomplete to Forrest Roy, the intended receiver. Gavin Holmes, step for step with Roy.
Yeah, and I mean, you don't have to force it down the field that far. I guess they were going for the home run ball, but it clearly wasn't there. But with the timeout left, you've got some time to work the sidelines or even over the middle of the field and try to get yourself in the field goal range.
Each team has one timeout remaining. Catholic just 1 of 7 on 3rd down. D'Artes got time again. Complete, 1st down, Bears.
That's huge.
Forrest Roy with the catch.
That might be one of the biggest throws of D'Artes' tenure here at Catholic High. That is huge.
Only the 2nd 3rd down, they convert 15 yards.
On time, good accurate throw. Picks up the 1st down. Now 19 seconds. You still have your timeout if you need to get your field goal team out on the field. So here you've got the whole field you can work with. I mean, you've got the whole field. The idea would be, let's see if I can pick up another 8, 9, 10 yards and make this a more comfortable field goal.
D'Artes 101 yards passing, all of it here in the 2nd half. He'll throw again. Roy is there again, runs out of bounds. 1st down, I believe. Right at the stick.
Holmes just fell down on the route. Just slipped, lost his feet. Roy, good job coming out of the break, but watch Holmes here on the back end of this. He just falls down. I don't think Roy knows that he falls down, and he gets back up and able to at least force him out of bounds.
Timeout. 13 seconds left. Got 2 more plays left if you're Catholic High. If you're Rummel, I think you got to just try to come in and sack. They've only been rushing 4 here lately, Jason. They may need to bring some extra pressure.
Well, and also be careful for the Catholic High maybe to go ahead and hand one off or try to kind of sneak a little draw in here because you do have the timeout. Rummel might be expecting the pass, and you kind of catch him off guard with the run, and you got the timeout to stop the clock and get the field goal kicker out there.
The Bears have never led in this game. Rummel took the opening drive and scored a touchdown to make it 7-0.
And you saw over there on the sideline, Kazanov has the black tee in his hand. You saw the 2 kickers standing next to each other, that being Matthew Goodson. And you see Kazanov has the little black flat tee there. So as of right now, it may be Kazanov that would be coming on for the game winner.
At the 18-yard line. Morgan is in the backfield now, motions out. D'Artes runs, stumble.
Yep, they're setting up the field goal. That wasn't I don't even know if that was a stumble. I think this is it right here. I think they were committed to getting this ball in the middle of the field. They may have gone over to Kazanov and said, where do you want it, fella? And he chose the middle of the field. You know, a lot of kickers like the hash. You'll see with the longer extra point in the NFL, a lot of kickers will kick it from the hash, not up the middle of the field.
In the 2015 state championship game, it was a field goal that won it. In the 2018 semifinal matchup, will it be a field goal that sends the Bears back to the state championship game?
You see, it's on the stripe there, Jeff. I was always a little superstitious. Even if it was on the stripe, I'd move my tee a little behind that white line. I hated kicking off the lines, but this is 35 yards on the mark there.
Parker Fontenot's field goal in the 2015 title game was from 34. Kazanov is 3 for 6 on the season. He's had 1 blocked here tonight, and he's made 1 from 48 to send the Bears to the dome. The kick is straight through. Catholic High has the lead.
Wow. Now, Jeff, we go back to that 4th and 3, my friend. You go back to that 4th and 3. Don't know that I've given him the ball back. What a kick.
Eric Held and Gabe Fertitta.
What a kick. So many things had to happen on it. They were backed up. You had the big screenplay. D'Artes comes to life and has a couple of successful throws, and then this thing was just drilled right down the middle. Watch it here again. Just drilled right down the pipe.
Gabe Fertitta's reaction. Yes, sir. Eric Held, the special teams coordinator, he knew it was going through.
Wow, unbelievable. What a ball game. What a contest here. Man, you talk about the tale of two halves. Catholic High couldn't get anything going.
Well, really, 3 quarters compared to 1 quarter.
That's right. That's right. But you just sense, look, this is a program that has gotten accustomed to doing this. And it hasn't been easy, but it's been a lot of nail biters along the way. Field goal to win a state championship.
9 plays, 57 yards on the drive, took 1:22.
And if they are successful and pull this off, this wasn't pretty. It was not a pretty win.
Doesn't matter at this point whether they're pretty, beautiful. It's survive and advance. Matthew Goodson has it teed up. The clock will not start until a Rummel player touches it.
It is great that he got that in the end zone. I was wondering why would you kick it deep and give a guy like Kaufman a chance to even return it. You normally see him squib it like that in these situations. But fortunately, able to drill it in the end zone so he couldn't return it.
What do you think's going through his head right now?
Man, just a lot of relief. A lot of relief. And
he's only made 2 field goals all year.
Yeah, he's the long field goal kicker. And, I guess when Coach Fertitta saw him drill that 48-yarder, he kind of said, hey, you're my guy. He attempted all 3 of the field goals in this game. Now, granted, one of them was blocked.
All right. Let's see if Rummel's got a little magic here. Fields wants to go way deep here. He's got 3 receivers, ball batted around. That's it. Catholic High is heading back to the state championship game.
Wow. What a ball game. What a ball game. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Of last year's state championship game as John Curtis beat Evangel tonight 56-34, and the Bears rally back from a touchdown down to beat the Rummel Raiders 13-10. A hard-fought ball game at Memorial Stadium.
It really was, and look, when the offense wasn't clicking for 3 quarters, Catholic High kind of bunkered down, played good defense, and most importantly, had great special teams play to just keep them in the football game.
The man of the hour right there. 2 huge field goals, a 48-yarder and then a 35-yarder.
Oh man, he'll be the first one they let on the bus. It's whatever seat you want, big guy.
And our play of the game, we do it Jason DeQueer style. The former kicker, Jason, will enjoy this one. Now, another former kicker I used to work with, Patrick Broussard, said to me, when the game is tied and it's the final seconds, that kick is always easier. Let's take a look at it again.
Yeah, because you can't lose the game.
Our Ponder's barbecue play of the game.
Just drilled it. I mean, he caught it clean. And you know what, Jeff, that one might have been good from about 50 as well. I mean, he just caught that ball clean and drilled it right down the middle.
And when you saw it from our shot from the Louisiana lift truck, Rummel, they got good height up there. Their defenders looked like they had a good push. We'll take a break, and we'll have more. The Catholic High Bears heading back to the Dome for the 3rd time in 4 years. They beat Rummel tonight, 13-10.
Tonight's Game Time Player of the Game is brought to you by Peak Performance. At Peak Performance Physical Therapy, we treat the athlete and everyone. Stronger, faster, better. Choose Peak. Check out the stories behind the games. Visit yourview.com/Louisiana.
I'm Brett Favre. As a quarterback in the NFL, if I didn't stay focused, I ended up on my back or worse. Even the smallest distraction could make a good play or offensive drive come to an end. When you're in a car, the smallest distraction could end much more than a drive. It could end someone's life. Just like I refuse to lose on the field, I refuse to lose someone I love to distracted driving. And you should too. Focus on the road. Don't drive distracted. A message from Farm Bureau Insurance.
I didn't tell you guys about the game the other day. My seats were right behind.
You're not thinking about if you set the alarm before leaving the house. You're thinking about how you caught the home run that extended the series to 7. You're thinking you finally have a baseball story to rival theirs. You're thinking about how you caught the ball barehanded without spilling a drop. You're not thinking about if you set the alarm. Well, maybe just a little. Stay close to the moments that matter. Cox Home Life will take care of the rest.
Hey, Joe Martin here. You've seen our commercials over the years, and you may be wondering, what's in it for me? Well, ITI Technical College has been selected by Forbes magazine as a top 32-year college. But even more than that, the reason we do this is you. Our tagline is for a better life, and we mean that, for you to be able to have the life you've always dreamed about, to do the things for your family you've always dreamed about. And it can begin here, where we are dedicated to your success, because here at ITI, the reason we do it is you.
An absolute thriller here at Memorial Stadium as the Catholic High Bears advance to the state championship game for the second year in a row, and they'll face John Curtis for the second consecutive year as they defeated Rummel 13-10, beating the Raiders here tonight. Our player of the game, Cole Kazanov, and why not? A couple of big field goals from him tonight. The first one was from 48 yards out. Nice job there by Cameron D'Artes to get that hold down. That was impressive.
That was during the rain and stuff.
That one, look at that. That was like like it came out of a shotgun. Man, drilled that one through the uprights with 7 seconds left. Let's send it down to the field and Smacker Miles.
For football less than a year ago, did you imagine yourself kicking a game winner in the state playoffs?
No, I didn't, but with all the preparation we put in throughout the year, there was no doubt in my mind I was going to make it.
At what point did you know that your team was in this game for the long haul?
When I just saw the resiliency from this team throughout the game, having setbacks and still being able to be in there with a great team like Rummel, it was just unbelievable how the guys showed that much effort.
Thanks, Cole.
Thank you.
Jeff?
Thanks, Smacker. Congratulations to the Catholic High Bears. A gutty effort here tonight to hold off a very good Rummel team. A Raiders team that will be back in this position again next year. There is plenty of young players there. They'll have to replace Chandler Fields, but most of that team that you saw here tonight will be back again next season.
And hats off to those guys. They played hard tonight.
All right, Jason, your alma mater is going back to the Dome. And they didn't have to go to Shreveport to get there this year.
That's right.
Our statistician, Tommy Cooper, he's a Rummel grad. He's clearing out his tears right now, but he'll be all right. For everyone else involved in this broadcast, the executive producer of Game Time, Eric Coleman, our producer in the truck, Kim Giat, our director, Walter Volpatti. The final score again here tonight, Catholic High beating Rummel 13-10. We have one more game this season. That'll be next week, a semifinal game on the non-select side. For Smacker Miles, Jason DeQueer, I'm Jeff Lermo. Have a great night, everyone.
Game Time on YurView was brought to you by Louisiana Farm Bureau Insurance, ready to serve you with auto, homeowners, life insurance, and more. Real service, real people. West Feliciana Parish. The best place for you to live and work in South Louisiana is West Feliciana Parish. Check out wfparish.org. ITI Technical College, your key to a better life. And by Peak Performance. At Peak Performance Physical Therapy, we treat the athlete and everyone stronger, faster, better.